Hello.
Hi, Captain. How are you?
Hi there. I'm fine, thanks.
Great. We're just preparing the cabin for the passengers. We'll speak to the terminal staff once the door is opened and find out how long they think it'll be until boarding begins.
No worries. You can open the doors whenever you're ready.
No problem.
Hello.
Hello, Captain. Okay, so I've spoken to security and they've started checking in, but there's at least 20 minutes to go before we can expect to start boarding.
Thanks.
No problem at all.
Keeps calling me back.
How are things in the back?
Terminal staff aren't ready to send the passengers down yet, but we'll let you know once they give us the go-ahead. We should be starting in around 10 minutes, maybe less.
No problem at all.
Hello, Captain.
We're ready to start boarding.
No problem. We should be starting in around 10 minutes, maybe less.
Ralph's cockpit.
Go ahead.
Hi, Captain. Microphone check, please.
Microphone check is 5 out of 5.
Okay, Captain. Radio check is complete. We'll contact you when we're ready to start loading.
Roger.
This is the second call for all passengers on Delta Airlines flight 𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒎 to New York City. All passengers on flight 𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒎, please come to gate 42.
Jewish people and the things they do. I know a Jewish person, he look just like you. Jewish bitches twerking, doing what they do. Man, I love the Jews, cause I love the Jews. I love Jewish people and the things they do. I know a Jewish person, he look just like you. Jewish bitches twerking, doing what they do. Man, I love the Jews. I'ma keep it going. Jewish niggas is my boys. And use a slip if you was talking.
Cockpit to ground.
Noise. I grabbed the snack, she called it nosh. At first I was annoyed, but you keep it real and turn on top.
Go ahead.
Hi, can you give us an estimate on the loading time, please?
We've not started yet. Once the guys send the baggage across, we'll get it loaded on board for you.
Roger.
I just love the Jews and to convince you is my mission. I love the Jews so much I never keep my distance. And if I get too close I cannot help but kiss them. If you my mispocha, you know that I'm a rap for y'all. If they is Jewish then you know that I'm gon' vibe it, bro. I love the Jews. I love Jewish people and the things they do. I know a Jewish person, he look just like you. Jewish bitches twerking, doing what they do. Man, I love the Jews, cause I love the Jews. I love Jewish people and the things they do. I know a Jewish person, he look just like you. Jewish bitches twerking, doing what they do. Man, I love the Jews.
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead.
Hi, can you give us an update on the loading, please?
We've not started yet. Once the guys send the baggage across, we'll get it loaded on board, please.
Roger. Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead.
Hi, can you give us an update on the loading, please?
It's probably about 50 minutes from now.
Roger. Hello.
Hi, Captain. We've started boarding. Passengers are coming through now.
Thank you.
Hi, Captain.
Can you turn the music off, please?
No worries, I'll do it now.
Thank you.
Hi.
Could you start the cabin music, please?
No problem. Give me a second.
Thanks.
Hi.
How are things going?
Boarding is currently in progress. We'll let you know as soon as everyone's on board.
No problem at all. And getting the passengers on board straight away.
No problem.
Go ahead. Hello, hello.
Hi, Captain. All passengers are now on board.
Thanks.
No problem.
Call me with your quarters back.
We're all set, so feel free to get connected and start when ready.
Roger. Ground solid connected.
Roger.
Good evening, passengers aboard Spirit Airlines flight to Atlanta today. Much appreciated on your timely entering here. We were a little bit delayed here, but we'll get going here. Should be a nice flight. Not too much weather. Heard there was a fight. There was a fight outside of the terminal way, which has been dealt with. It's the reason for the delay. But here on Spirit Airlines, we won't tolerate that kind of behavior. We have air marshals on board, so please, on your best behavior, that includes putting your luggage away in the overhead compartments. Do your best to please make as much room as possible for your neighbor. Be a decent neighbor. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We will be with you. Flight attendants will be with you shortly. We should be getting the cabin prepared for takeoff. Thank you very much.
Boarding door is now closed. At this time, please discontinue using your portable electronic devices and direct your attention to the flight attendants for a demonstration of the safety features on our A321 aircraft. There are passenger safety information cards in the seat back pocket in front of you that illustrate the safety equipment on this aircraft. You may use a card to follow along, but our regulations require compliance with this information.
Parking brake is off. We're ready to go.
All crew member instructions, lighted information signs, and posted placards.
Stand by while we start push-up.
Your seatbelt should be worn low and tight across your hips. To fasten your seatbelt, insert the metal tip into the buckle until it clicks. Tighten by pulling on the loose end of the belt. To open your seatbelt, lift the metal flap on the buckle. For your safety and the safety of those around you, please keep your seatbelt fastened at all times while seated. There are emergency exits located in the front, mid-cabin, and back of the aircraft. All exits are clearly marked with exit signs. Directions for opening and are equipped with evacuation slides. Overhead signs and aisle path lighting lead to all exits. Slides at the front and back doors can be detached and used as rafts. Please take a moment to locate the exit nearest you, keeping in mind that the closest exit may be behind you. The cabin is pressurized. If there is a loss of cabin pressure, masks will drop from the compartments above your seat and lavatory ceilings. Remain seated with your seatbelt fastened. Pull the mask towards you to start the flow of oxygen. Cover your nose and mouth with the mask. Place the elastic band around your head and tighten by pulling on the end. Secure your own mask before helping others. Oxygen will be flowing to the mask even though the bag may not inflate. In the unlikely event of a water landing, a life vest is located under your seat. To open, tear along the edge and remove the life vest from the pouch. Lean forward and place the vest over your head. Wrap the strap around your waist. Fasten the buckle and pull on the strap to tighten. A water-activated life vest
Ladies and
attached to each
gentlemen,
vest.
we now ask for your attention while we take you through the safety procedures on this aircraft. A safety card is in your seat pocket showing the exit routes, oxygen masks, life jackets and brace position, which you must adopt if you hear brace. Brace. There are two emergency
Parking
exits
brake is set.
for in the middle
Roger.
and two at the
Stand by.
front.
Please keep your parking brake on while we monitor and start up and disconnect.
Please be aware that
Roger.
the nearest exit may be behind you. In an emergency, leave all cabin baggage on board. Your seatbelt is fastened, adjusted and released as shown. It must be fastened when the seatbelt signs are on.
Starting
and
number
recommend
one.
that you keep it
Roger.
fastened at all times. If the air supply fails, masks will drop from above you. Pull a mask towards you to start the oxygen. Put the mask over your nose and mouth, hold in place with the strap and pull on each side to adjust. Put on your own mask before it from under your seat. Put it over your head. Do not inflate it inside the aircraft. When outside,
Roger.
inflate by pulling it up. If it fails to inflate, it needs topping up.
Apologies all, just trying out some new things today. About to get going up in the air in a moment here. Thank you. Oh man, what the? Ladies and gentlemen, we can't get up in the air. What a mess. What a mess, what a mess, what a mess. Look. I really want to get this flight up in the air. Having trouble here, to be quite honest with you. So we're just going to do the show. We're just going to do the show because this is getting crazy. This is getting ridiculous, right? Will this work? One final try. What the? This is like early Nick stream, trying new things here, and it ended up making the show a little difficult to start. We're gonna try it the classic way. If it doesn't work, then we'll just start the show. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Blowing trees to stop these devils from oppressing my mental. Ugly man, stay gathered up, armed to the dental. Lucini falling from the clouds and the rain is torrential. Hit the block, fresh cut.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're airborne.
All black leather in the whip is essential. Told you bitch, fucking with you is a waste.
Yes, sir. Flying out of Los Angeles on our way to Atlanta.
Down the boulevard, flashing my wrist. Still serving fiends, got a stash in the tits.
Yes, yes, yes. What's up, everybody? We're flying Spirit Airlines today. Should be a nice show. Gonna get into some random things here. A couple of news topics here. Interesting things going on here. We're gonna get into all of it. In-flight entertainment on deck and your calls. Thank you for flying Spirit Airlines today. Kick back and relax. You're also flying Nick Street. Thank you.
Haters always gonna be up in your face, but that's a part of the chase. Throw some fatty up and give them a taste and breeze them out, killer. Breeze them out.
Should be nice. No, not too much weather ahead. Hartsfield International in Atlanta is our destination. We are flying Spirit Airlines. So first class is going to be where you get your drinkies and snackies. The rest is you might even have a little fight in the back, but we have air marshals on board currently so that we can avoid any issues on board, right? We don't want any fights on Spirit Airlines. That doesn't happen on our airline. Do not sully the name of our airline, as we do have a legal team on deck. What's up, Mighty Ubaldo? Thank you for your first class super chat. Says, hola Nick, have a great weekend. First class is all yours, Mighty Ubaldo. Please sit in your seat. In a moment here, our lovely flight attendants will take you to your seat. Thank you.
If they hate the way you make your paper, put the top back and breeze them out, killer, but breeze them out. And if they're clocking on your dollars and your work, cock back and breeze them out, killer, but breeze them out.
Haters always gonna be up in your face, but that's a part of the chase. So throw some fatty up and give them a taste to breeze them out, killer. Breeze them out, breeze them out, killer. Breeze them out.
We got American citizens getting breezed out in American cities on the streets. We got plenty to get into. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. We'll be getting up to 45,000 feet. Our cruising altitude will be turning on the airphone and taking calls as well. For now, kick back and relax. Thank you. Amazing, amazing, amazing. What's up, Hillary T? Thank you for your first class super chat. First class ticket. Definitely going to want it here on Spirit Air. I mean, no, I didn't say that. I love Spirit Airlines, and all of our amenities are luxurious, even if you bought the cheapest ticket. Thank you, Hillary T, for that. I much appreciated there. Thank you. What's up over there, viewers over there with who've bought tickets through Rumble? Thank you for purchasing your tickets to fly today via Rumble. You can purchase tickets at rumble.com/American Anchor, baby. Let's make sure this plane is flying beautifully, as we have quite an update to the plane. Quite the update. In fact, we are flying the A320neo, and even though we're flying Spirit Airlines, this particular model is a very advanced model in that every little button works. Even our emergency extinguishers up here, everything works. It's a fully modeled plane, so much easier to crash, maybe. We also have the Spirit Airlines cup. Comes with the... yes, got some coffee here. I don't really drink coffee. I got Coca-Cola in there. That's what I got. Spirit Airlines. They do treat me, at least the pilot, nicely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what else? What else? Okay, looks like we're flying beautifully. What can I say? We're still climbing. Make sure make sure our throttle here is currently on the climb detent, and it's a little faster than that. Let me bring that back. There you go. Climb detent. All right, we have our flight display on. Where is our flight plan? This is not good. Okay, there's our flight plan. Arc plan. Range change. There's our flight plan, I think. Does that mean we're not flying the flight plan? Air autopilot is on. No, we are. We are flying the dots to departure out of Los Angeles International with the sun behind us on our way to Georgia. Okay, climbing. Beautiful, beautiful. We should have service on the plane today. What's up, Mr. Mad Nicky? Mario Baldo, my alias name. What's up, Carver? Raymond. Hillary, of course. Hold on here. What's up, Nikki? Peter? Blake? How y'all doing? Gary, what's up? What's up? Morgan, how's your Friday going? It's going to be a loosey-goosey one. I got some random things to get into. What's up, Tank Watson? Some things you might find interesting, though. A couple things you might find interesting. Beautiful, beautiful. God, I love it when the plane is flying nice. The wall thing, Trudeau. We got some interesting things to get into. Oh, Cenk Uygur. You know Cenk Uygur? Cenk Uygur, who's related to Hassan Piker. Fascinating interaction between the two of them. We're going to get into that. Even though Cenk Uygur is kind of a sillier old liberal, he's still got some old school sense. And he put Hassan Piker in his place, who's a off the deep end, unhinged liberal, ready to see the downfall of America. We'll get into some fun stuff there. Okay, we got to speed it up, plane. Come on. 25,000 feet. We can turn off our landing lights, retract our landing lights. We can retract our taxi lights. Strobe on. Runway lights off. Great. Beautiful. Flying Spirit. But it should still be a nice flight. What's up, Steve Strock? Welcome. Peter, Mr. Pink. Flea Market. Floppy Disk. Flat Sabbath. Ogden Bell. Nada. RJJ, I see y'all rolling in. Or you're just waking up. We already took off. You guys are waking up on the plane. Welcome. Yeah, Flying Spirit, but it should still be a nice flight. No reason to get up in arms or anything. No reason to. It's still luxurious, okay? It's still nice, okay?
Only in Atlanta. Oh, check this out.
I swear it's still nice. Only in Atlanta, the narrator says. Only in Atlanta. That's where we're going. We're on our way to Atlanta. Only in Atlanta. Oh no. Only in Atlanta. Spirit Airlines. Spirit, only in Atlanta. They wildin'. What a mess. What an incredible mess, right? That's where we're going, though. So we don't want any of that on Spirit Airlines right now. We are in the air, and we take such behavior very seriously. We will ground the plane. We will ground the plane. I don't care how much you're yelling. You're not going to get your way. Okay? We will ground the plane. You've seen these videos of planes being forced to ground. Unruly passengers. Anyways. Okay, 30,000 feet. We got to slow down just a little bit. We're achieving a little bit too fast of a flight there. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be turning on the airphone, and our lovely flight attendants will be coming down the cabin to for service. Drinkies and snackies. They're gonna cost. You got a cheap the bear fare. You got a cheaper ticket here on Spirit Airlines, but hey, if you want bottomless drinkies and snackies, you know what you got to do. You got to get yourself a first class ticket. But you know, maybe you can't always support Spirit Airlines or Anchor Bay, which is we're flying Nextstream Spirit Airlines, and you want to support. And you can't always support monetarily. You can't buy drinkies and snackies or first class seats. You don't always have to. Drop a like in the chat. Chat away in the chat function on your seat. Your seat has a beautiful chat function, and you can chat with everyone here on the plane. If you look to the right side of your screen, you'll see a little chat function. Get in there, chat away. It helps with the engagement. Put a little comment on the video. Leave a little comment. Leave a like as you're coming in. That's one way you can support the flight. Right? Okay. Okay. That also means we will be turning on the airphone here, so you can call in 760-515-3855 if you want to jump on the air there. Okay, nice. We got this audio back. That's what I was waiting for. I was waiting for our lovely audio. Okay, nice. I love this plane, man. This update they did to the plane is just snazzy. It's just looking every button. You can press every button. Some of these buttons, it's too scary. I don't know what they do. Okay. Welcome, Mr. Pink. Thank you for joining in. What this button do? Oh, no, don't press that. Wait, what this do? See, these are like emerge. Like I press these, we're going down. I press these three, we're going down. We're taking a dive. These big old emergency buttons, but I'm not. Oh. No, I'm joking. No, I'm just playing. I'm not gonna press them. I'm just joking. Anyway, snazzy little plane. Flying the A320neo. Spirit Airlines. Speaking of Spirit Airlines. What was that? What did I want to say? No, that's it. Spirit Airlines. Okay, let's turn that down. That's loud. Whoa! My apologies. All right, y'all. So anyways, let me say hi. Let me set that up. Chat. What's up? This is your captain speaking, the American anchor, baby. Okay. We got our Friday rolling here. Nick, can you drive a manual car? I know how. I need practice, though. You scared of the button? Beta. I have souls on board. Nathan, I can't be just pressing buttons indiscriminately, even if they're snazzy and work. So, amazing. What are they saying? What's the news saying here? They're talking about the wall a little bit here. The Skim, CNN, etc. They're talking about the wall. That same wall they were supposed to not build. Biden admin is building a wall after all. And I already spoke about this yesterday. Biden administration says it is using executive power to allow border wall construction. Amazing stuff. Amazing. It really is. Oh, the wall thing. Biden dismisses fury and insists he was told he had no choice. Is that so? Oh, is that so?
About what you did to try to reappropriate those border funds, especially when Democrats controlled both chambers of Congress.
The wall thing?
Yes, sir.
What?
They passed.
Oh, the wall thing.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, sir. Controlled both chambers of Congress.
Is that what you're talking about?
The wall thing? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they passed. Well, I was told that I had no choice, that Congress passes legislation to build something, whether it's an aircraft carrier, a wall, or provide for a tax cut. I can't say I don't like it, I'm not going to do it if it hadn't been vetoed.
It's not my fault, he says.
You tried to reappropriate the funds, so
Yeah, we tried to.
The orders come down from the top, he says. Hey, I'm sorry, the orders come down from the top. I'm just a cog in the machine, he says. I'm just a piece of the puzzle.
So they're changing the law to reappropriate. Say, don't use it for other purposes. Give me more border agents. Give me more technical capabilities to detect fentanyl and the like. That's what I want.
Oh, nice. Anyways, I already talked about it yesterday, and the legal pathways the Biden administration has set up to literally optically change the whole situation so that it doesn't look so bad. That's the whole MO of the current administration. And I described these legal pathways they set up so that you can apply to cross the border illegally, which would normally be an illegal crossing. You can apply with on your phone using a mobile app, and you can warn America ahead of time. Hey, I'm not using the legal pathways. I'm not doing anything. I am planning to cross the border illegally, and of course, I'm gonna invariably claim asylum once I get there. But just so you know, once I cross, it's not an illegal crossing because I have my CBP-1. It's all documented. And so the numbers get cooked. They're telling us 200,000 people so far this year Not even close. That's from a FOIA request from the CIS Center of Immigration Studies. We now know that's only a report from 4 ethnicities out of 150. Anyways, you can check out my episode yesterday. We're trying to chill Friday right now. Come on. Stuffy stats. You can check out yesterday's episode. Biden administration. But anyways, just running down some news here. The vibe as I set this all up. There's some interesting things going on in the world. And I want to get into it here. So Biden said he has no choice. He said he has no choice. I mean, it's incredible. It's incredible. We'll see what happens with all that. Other than what? More immigration? I doubt anything besides that outcome is the plan here. But it's incredible too. Talking about Biden here. Talking about Biden and the wall. You seen this? This German Christian family. I want to, he's not even trying to hide him anymore, Nikki. I just want to make it clear, put it to rest, that there is an agenda here. Because as easily as all these people are coming in, no court dates, in schools, using American hospitals on the taxpayer dime, Joe Biden went out of his way. All these unvetted individuals, he went out of his way to go after this German Catholic family. Yeah, I think you may have even heard of it. Joe Biden deports German Christian family who's been here for 15 years. They've been here for more than a decade, leaving their home country in order to legally homeschool their children. They came here so that they can homeschool children. They came here for freedom, a little bit of freedom. The Ромейкis, Father Uwe, German names, I guess, fled Germany in 2009 over the country's severe compulsory education laws, which effectively outlaw homeschooling. Think about that. You don't think about these things, right? Because you went to school. You went to school and it's normal. And you don't think that's not a forced thing. Well, it's forced over there in Germany. The evangelical Christian family has had 2 more children since arriving in the U.S. and made their home in Tennessee. They were eventually granted indefinitely deferred action status. DACA? The Homeschool Legal Defense Association. Anyways, they went after them. Unvetted illegals compared to these. Incredible. It's just funny that the first of the... I mean, if... I don't know. Are we trying to overturn DACA here? I don't know about all that. I say fix the laws, right? Repeal the 14th, fix the birthright citizenship mess. Let the Americans decide. Let the true Americans decide what to do with those here. I mean, most of them got to go, right? Most of them got to go. But it's just funny that it's these that get picked so fast. Okay, I just lost my stream here. I'm still streaming, right? Yes, I am. Okay. I am. Okay. What's up, Kilo Alpha Tango? Welcome. All right, we're in the cockpit here. Gotta make sure we're flying this puppy. And I think we really are just cruising just fine. There's really no need to do anything else here. Okay. What's this? Acknowledge master warning. That's not good. Oh. Okay. What's going on? You want to tell me what's going on here? Cab alt. What's that mean? Cab pressure excess. Hey, cabin passengers, are you okay back there? I'm getting pressure warnings back there. Cabin pressure excess. Cabin alt. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Is a door open? Emergency descent. Descent initiate. Crew oxygen masks use. All right, everybody calm down. You may have seen that your oxygen masks have dropped. If you could just, in a very timely manner, place the masks over your head before putting the masks on of your person beside you. And we will get through this. Now, let me refer to my manual. I'm going to have to Google this one, y'all. I'm going to have to Google this one, I think. Emergency access. Okay, is there a door that's open? Lock cockpit doors. That's locked. Okay, nope, don't want to do that. Bleed, condition. Recall, APU. Where is it? Hydraulics. Okay, no. Can I get a passenger to Google? Can I get a passenger to Google? Help me Google this for me. A320neo 𝒂𝒐𝒄𝒊𝒂𝒍𝒔. And what do I do? Oh, here's the door button. All right, the doors. All the doors are closed. This is good. Great. This is fantastic. Okay, so I've acknowledged the warning. We can at least get rid of this incessant beeping. All right, folks. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna slow down a little bit. This is your pilot. We're fine. Just let me Google something real quick. Oh! Switches. That's amazing. A cab 𝒂𝒊𝒂𝒍𝒔 cab alt. Let's check out this forum. Hi there. After taking off, I get a cab 𝒂𝒊𝒂𝒍𝒔 cab alt warning. I did start the flight on cold. Oh. I gotcha. I just forgot to turn on cabin oxygen. No problem, ladies and gentlemen. Cabin oxygen. Don't. Here you go. There you go. I just forgot to turn on cabin oxygen. That's all. No big deal. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our flight attendants will be coming down the cabin to retract the deployed oxygen masks, and we can continue our flight here, right? Oxygen is optional. It's all good. We're going to heaven anyways. So let me just, anyways, enough with this preamble. Biden, German Christian families, Trump judge, it's amazing. About that recent fraud trial. They're basically trying to take away his business license in New York and trying to break up his properties, break up his assets, take his property, man, take his property. An appeals court judge ruled Friday to allow former President Donald Trump to control his business for now, but refused requests to halt his Manhattan civil trial. The news is that it's a win for Trump because the judge stops the breaking up of his businesses. And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to literally financially break up this guy for daring to run for president and trying to fix the country. So that's a little amazing update news today. Trunk. Hey, Trunk. Anyways. What else? The wall thing, Biden called it. Oh, the wall thing. They're still talking about Ryan Carson. That guy who was stabbed in the heart by a black vagrant who was out of his mind. He was out there with his girlfriend. People mad about his girlfriend. That way she just stood there. Can we get a hysterical tear? I honestly think she was just in shock. But they're still talking about Ryan Carson. I want a city where you can sit on a bench at 4 a.m. without getting stabbed, asks Battle Beagle. It can be done. We have the technology. True. It's true. That's the funny thing about it is we have the means. We can at least attempt. We can at least try. There's no attempts. They're defunding the police here. They're defunding them. They're hamstringing them. Based Biden builds back better border barrier. I totally agree, Kevin Howe. She's single now, Nick. No, I want my girl to be hysterically crying and putting her life in danger. I want her to completely ignore everything I taught her about ignoring the thoughts and dealing with emotions better. And instead, I want her to devolve into a crying mess as I was stabbed. No, I'm joking. I'm obviously joking because I would never be in this situation. I wouldn't put myself into such a situation. You see a yelling vagrant, you could leave. Just like 𝒏𝒊𝒄𝒌𝒔𝒕𝒓𝒆𝒂𝒎 here responding to Battle Beagle says. He wasn't on the bench when he got stabbed. He got up and followed the black guy the moment he went past the bench. If I was the black guy, I'd have thought they were a pair of muggers. I mean, an interesting take from 𝒏𝒊𝒄𝒌𝒔𝒕𝒓𝒆𝒂𝒎, but the fact remains that he did get up from the bench and go towards him. And we got to remember, this guy was waiting for the bus. Is this like a bus stop bench? If so, he in fact had no reason to walk towards this deranged man who down the street ends up hitting some scooter before this Ryan Carson walks up to him to, I don't know, open up a interaction. What? Why? No. Trying to show him some compassion? No, man, no. Should not be sitting at a bench at 4 a.m. says these people online. And I have to somewhat concur.
Democracy basically means government by the
I guess they posted this as a response to this thread.
people.
We do love this
Of the
video in
people,
particular.
For the people. But the people are retarded because democracy.
Democracy, because he speaks such a slow way. I'm very wise, and the amount of wisdom makes it hard to use such clunky words to speak to retarded people. And so I speak very slowly. Sorry. I didn't show you the video? Oh, but can we see the video? What are you talking about, Mr. Man? You talking about the retarded video?
Democracy basically means.
Democracy basically means.
Government by the people.
Government
of the people. For the people. But the people are retarded.
But the people. I grew up around many Indians. But the people are retarded. Democracy is okay. Anyways, I'm having too much fun with that. Whew. Anyways, Ryan Carson. What was that? What do I want to tie this into? What a mess, right? What an incredible mess. We're in the cockpit. Before we get into this next thing, I want to show you this video with Trudeau. And this Trudeau video will segue into some interesting things here with 𝒔𝒐𝒄𝒊𝒂𝒍𝒔. You're going to love it. Very fascinating insights in the world. Are we flying the flight plan? Holy, this is scary. This new what? Range change. Nick, this is terrifying, man. We're flying a plane like it's as if it's my first time flying this thing. So we're really at the mercy of this plane. I mean, hey, fingers crossed, right, y'all? Anyways. Anyways. Trudeau. Justin Trudeau. Moment, furious heckler refuses to shake hands with Justin Trudeau and calls shocked Canadian Prime Minister a piece of ish for effing up the country. Carbon taxes and stuff. Furious heckler. It's a hilarious moment. It's kind of funny, but it's funny in the guy's reaction here. Okay, so basically, Trudeau is hold on. Justin Trudeau, Prime Minister of Canada. Anyways, so he was met by a furious heckler who's a little unhappy. A little unhappy. Let's watch. Wait, no, this is an ad. Okay, this is the criminal. So he's already calling him criminal. Okay, Justin Trudeau, he's about to get heckled by a guy. Let's watch.
Look at his buck tee, bro. Look at his buck tee. Pleasure to see you as well. Hey there, how you doing? I'm not shaking your hand, bro. You're a piece of shit. Why is that, sir? You up the entire country. You got our buddy over there. Yeah, but how did I mess up this country? Can anybody afford a home? In this day, they're charging people carbon tax. You got 9 V8s here idling for 30 minutes. Your carbon footprint is increasing. We're getting charged for what? You know what we're doing it's not stopping. We're putting a price on pollution, right? And we're returning it to families like yours. I don't think so. You're sending it over to Ukraine, right? No. Yeah. You send it over to the guy that you were with that slaughtered his own country. You've been listening to Putin, have you? Putin? No. We definitely don't listen to your propaganda, eh?
Eh?
Your propaganda, bro. Piece of man.
Now, we're watching scenes here in Canada. And is this like a GTA guy? Is this like a GTA guy speaking that like GTA slang, Drake influence, patois influence? I can't tell. I'm trying to look at the person's arm because there's that like brown Caribbean influence. And this person's arm, he could be one of those like Canada Arabs, like a based Canada Arab. He's like, nah, we're not going to listen to your propaganda. But it's a little unclear. I can't peg the guy who's filming because he's saying, oh, Ukraine. Also, you got 3 cars here. Look at, you're adding to climate change. I don't know if he believes in climate change or if he's just trying to counter signal climate change Trudeau, who's all into it. But yet here he has these 3 idling cars. It's a little strange. It's hard to peg the guy. But and I'm thinking might be Arab, one of these Arab, maybe like a based Arab Canadian. And I'm thinking like, cause he's got a little bit more gusto. He says, buck teeth, hey, buck teeth, man. Sounding like one of those GTA Torontonians. And I'm wondering if he may be a POC getting all in his face, willing us, you know what I mean? I'm not saying, hey, anybody can, but these Canadian Arabs have a different kind of style. They're a little bit rougher around the edges. And so, right on based man here filming Trudeau. Trudeau going in for the handshake. Nope. Give him the old nope.
Look at his buck teeth.
Look at his buck teeth, man.
Hey there, how you doing? I'm not shaking your hand, bro. You're a piece of shit. Why is that, sir?
He's like, why is that?
The entire country, you got our buddy over there.
He's like, why is that? How did I ruin this country? How did I ruin Canada? And so our buddy here, buddy here just starts giving him the left, right, and just starts telling him to his face, right? He just starts telling him just what's for.
How did I mess up this country? Can anybody afford a home?
Can anybody afford a home, he asks.
Charging people carbon tax. Yes.
And you're charging people carbon tax.
9 V8s here idling.
And you got 9 V8s here idling. I mean, it's a fair questions. Trudeau da 𝒏𝒊𝒄𝒌𝒔𝒕𝒓𝒆𝒂𝒎, Point Fire says, very poignantly and very aptly. I must say, Point Fire. So true. Trudeau da 𝒏𝒊𝒄𝒌𝒔𝒕𝒓𝒆𝒂𝒎. And you know, this 𝒏𝒊𝒄𝒌𝒔𝒕𝒓𝒆𝒂𝒏, in fact, anyways, It's interesting. This guy, he's railing about something that I think a lot of people can relate to. He's saying, "Oh, can anybody buy a home?" And you guys have to understand something. As difficult as it is to buy a home here in America, in Canada, it's like accelerated like so far. I remember before coming here, prices like were LA prices in like random neighborhoods in Mississauga, which is in the GTA. It's not even in Toronto. Random neighborhoods in Mississauga, $500,000 homes, almost $1 million homes. And I come out to LA, I'm like, "Oh, that's the homes out here." So it's pretty bad. But it also felt like he really didn't know what he was talking about at the same time. You know, just kind of going off, "Hey, Trudeau, you suck." So I wonder if I just wonder if it's like a bad look, you know. You're out here. I know you're mad at Trudeau, but he's out here saying you've been listening to Putin. You heard that one too. You heard Trudeau say that he's listening to Putin because he dared ask about sending money to Ukraine. But yet at the same time, it's like I don't know. It just I'm with the people. I'm with the citizen out there on the street. Maybe ignorant. But at the same time, it's a bad look. But anyways, I can't really tell you why exactly things are the way they are. But they definitely are different. Just from Jesse's time and how he talked about buying a home. I don't want to say it's impossible, but it's a thing it's a phenomenon that's not, you would think maybe it's localized. It's in America. It really isn't. Let me show you this interesting video. We're going all the way to Korea for this one. We're going to go all the way to Korea for this one because young people in Korea are also worried about buying a home. Many don't believe they ever will. And that's how the young people are over here. And it's like, why? And why is it happening in all these countries, these developed, westernized countries? You would think maybe Japan, not so Western, but they're somewhat westernized, okay? Considering the influence of America after the World Wars. They're like but anyways, the point is Korea. Okay, so where were we? Korea. Buying homes. People are thinking they can't. Around the world, young people around the world are thinking they can't. And I do agree with Jesse on the mentality that people adopt and the pernicious effects of that. Just telling yourself, "Oh, I won't, I can't." Then you really won't. It's over. It's over. Come back to me when you've tried. Then tell me I can't. It's kind of the general rule of thumb I live by. You know what I mean? It's like a natty or not. And we can have fun. No problem having fun and saying this or that. When I say natty or not, I mean when you see a bodybuilder online, you think, is he a natural bodybuilder or not? Or is he using steroids? But I would avoid going too into that and having too much fun going like, that guy's not natty, that guy's a fake natty, before ever doing the work myself. You know what I mean? Before ever finding out exactly what it takes. Okay, anyways, weird analogy to make my point here. But but yeah, people, I do like that, and it's true. If you already believe you won't, you can't, you won't. But it is strange to me a little bit that there's people around the world talking like this. It isn't Korean, so there are subtitles. But there's a man on the street. This is a woman, I think, being interviewed on the streets of Korea. Can young Koreans afford buying a house? Buying a house in Seoul. I honestly don't think I'll ever be able to buy a house in my lifetime. The place I was looking at wasn't even a house. I just wanted to buy an office hotel unit, whatever that is. It cost 970 million won, which is US $740,000. What the?
7천만 원인데 그게 8평이었어요. 지금 제 또래
Now,
친구들이나
friends
제
my
동생
age and my younger
친구들은
siblings'
이제
friends are saying
주-
a
집은
house is not
중요하지
important.
않다. 그냥 우리는
Let's
매달
just be
렌트값을
financially
낼
stable
정도의
enough to
경제력만
pay rent
갖추고
every
노후를
month and
준비하자가
prepare for
저희 요즘
retirement.
트렌드예요.
This is the trend these days. The fact is, not everyone can buy a house, says this guy. What is up with this look? What is up with this Korean look? Hey, different cultures, I guess. Hey, maybe women like this look. I've seen these men on the street videos of these Korean women out here being asked, would you want to be with a foreigner? And they're like, no, ew, I want to be with a Korean man. And I based Korean ladies right on, be with your own. I do appreciate it. It's a little strange, I gotta say. You look like, you're looking like that elf from the Legend of Zelda series. You know who I'm talking about? This little freaking guy. Tingle. We got a whole nation of Tingles. We have a whole nation of Tingles. I mean, hey, whatever, you do you. You probably look fire if they ain't cut your ish like that. But F it, bro, is your life. Your ish would probably be fire if they didn't cut it like that. But hey, F it, bro, it's your life. She the Korean Jean Pierre. Look, hey, Korean ladies, I guess they like this, but I just think it's a little strange look. It reminds me of this video game character, Tingle, that I'm showing you here. Tingle looking a lot like Hassan, says Carver. You got a whole nation of MFers looking like this. It reminds me of this little video, one of my favorite videos of all time. This is what I have to, this video I'm showing you right here, this is what I would say to the whole nation of Korean men.
I'll be crying if I look like that too, bro. That's fucked up what they be doing to y'all. I ain't even gonna hold you, bro. I be saying that's fucked up, like, bro, you probably had the full washing set. Your shit be fire probably if they ain't cut your shit. Fuck it though, bro. It's your life.
That's how I feel. That's my statement to all Korean men. But anyways, let's continue here. Young professionals unable to buy homes, pretty much throwing it out of off their dream board.
집을 살 수 있다는 것은 정말 본인이
Would only be really possible if you worked really hard, this guy says.
열심히 해서 많이 모았을 경우 그리고
And saved a ton, and you got an additional loan from a bank on top of it.
대출을 받는다든가 아니면 부모님이 정말 좀
Or you just have rich parents and they can help you out.
이렇게 좀 가능하지. 사실 일반 직장인
Let's say you are a typical office worker who says, I'll save money and put it all
내 돈을 다
into buying a house and Seoul.
서울에 집 산다. 이거는
Even if you save for the rest of your life,
저는 쉽지 않다고
it won't be easy.
서울에서 집을 사는
I mean, are these a couple of naysayers? Are these a couple of, you know, every country's got their naysayers. Are these a couple of Korean naysayers? Because they say they can't, they never won't. Because there's homeowners over there, right? Anyways, the point is, I do think this is a sentiment that's growing, and as much as it may be true, a lack of just knowing that you can and will and not ever saying you can't, as much as that may play a part here, I mean, things have changed. Wage as a percentage of GDP, wage and rent price. Like, it's like these things have changed. And I personally don't know too much, so I don't want to go around. I don't want to sit here and make these claims like, yeah, percent GDP is this much, so it's definitely impossible to buy a house. I don't know. There are people, and I'm going to show you here shortly, there are people who are doing an incredible service, putting out a bunch of free info on buying homes. One in particular, you know, Nick Rochefort. He's part of MDE, $1 Million Extreme. He does work with Sam Hyde. If you know these names, you know. If you know, you know. If you don't know, I will explain it to you later, as there's some story, news stuff with Sam Hyde and all that. It's all going to tie in. But there's people out here giving people the keys to getting into the industry, and it's still possible. But anyways, yeah, buying homes, very fascinating. It's changed, we can say that. And it doesn't seem like there's, at least, it's like, yeah, the incoming generation, there's a necessity to tell them, hey, it's time to It's time to man up, get 2, maybe 3 jobs, make it happen, right? But can there be some work being done on the grand stage here? I'm saying this out of a layman ignorance. But can there be some actual work instead of greedy people at the top fighting in Congress saying there's a shutdown and just writing out of thin air, writing in bills and laws and stopgap bills and appropriation bills out of thin air, just making up trillions, billions of dollars, printing them, and it falls out of their hands faster than they can print it? Can we at least get some work being handled there before we just tell a generation of young men, hey, y'all are messing up. Y'all are messing up. What are you doing? Why don't you own anything? Can we get some work being done there? From what I can tell, the game is really, it's all about fixing up stuff, fixing up. It's still totally possible in this industry. You want to get in owning houses? Yeah, we'll get into that. Nick Rochefort, he has this stream called Scuffed Realtor. It's so good. It's really good. We're going to get into a whole bunch of stuff here. But thank you for flying Nick's stream. We got a call, in fact. Let's get into this call. Check the cockpit here and get into our next thing with the houses and the housing market stuff here. And this is going to tie into this next topic with 𝒔𝒐𝒄𝒊𝒂𝒍𒔔 Hassan Piker. But we have a call here. You're on the air. Your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Zeus, and I'm calling from the great state of Florida.
Zeus, Florida. What's up, sir? Friend of the show. How you been?
Been amazing. I only got like 20 minutes. I'm calling from jail, so.
Are you joking?
Of course I'm joking. I'm protected by God. What are you thinking?
Oh, my Lord. I was about to say, they got Zeus.
I'm not one of these fake Christians. Let's be real. No, things are amazing.
Only fake Christians go to jail.
No, all Christians go to jail because they're all fake. Christianity's fake. But besides that, the big move was last Friday. I made the move. Yeah, I've been really busy. I've been having like family dinner. It's been amazing. I've been enjoying it.
Nice, man. So, how's it in the new spot?
It's pretty cool. Like last night, I chilled outside, looked at the stars. A couple nights ago, I went. So in the I guess town I'm in, there's like $1 store, a gas station, and a bar, and that's it.
Oh yeah.
And so
you like?
Yeah, I went to the bar. It's interesting, I guess. I went to the bar a couple nights ago though.
So you're a new guy in town. You went to the bar.
Yep. I went to the bar, and if you look at the Google or the Google reviews of this bar or whatever, or like the Google, you'll see there's like Confederate flags on that bar and stuff. So I went in, and and bro, all white people. I was literally the only brown person. Yeah, the only brown person. And so I went in. It was pretty busy, and there was a lot of beautiful women. I was pretty happy with it, but I've kind of learned to not go in there and like just go and start hollering at the women. So I just kind of sat there, drank some beer. And,
yeah, because you got a kind of soft spot for that.
White women?
Women and hot tubs?
No. well, hot tubs, women, and especially white women. But so I went to the bar, and I was like, I'm not going to do anything crazy. I'm just going to have a couple beers, chill. And a dude came up to me. He's like, hey, what's up, man? What's your name? And I was talking to him. He's like, dude, I bet my son over there that you didn't speak English, or my son bet me that you didn't speak English. And I was like, yeah, I speak English, man. So, nice. Yeah, I talked to him, and then I talked to the other guy. They bought me drinks. It was a good time. Everybody was chill. Like, we were just having a good conversation. And it was interesting. Like, this one guy came to me, and he's like, yeah, man, we're all just people. And I was like, yeah, we're all children of God. Like, he's like, yeah, he bought me 2 drinks, and it was just a good time. And
oh, nice. Really you hit him with the children of God, you'll get 2 drinks. Nice. Good to know.
Yeah, I told him we're all just people, dude. Like, and
right, because if you told him, that's a good point, man. Because if you told him the truth that some people aren't children of God, he wouldn't have bought you those drinks.
Well, the reality is we are all children of God, but the sad truth of it is people are deceived by the people that run the show to believe that they're somewhat more special. Like, for example, the Christians think that they're more special than others. They're not. Or like the Jews think they're more special. They're not. We're all the same. We're all children of God. Like, no one's more special than anyone else. And that's the way I see it.
Totally.
And
I can't disagree with that. Show.
I honestly, that's the way I see it, man. I think we're all the same. Like, nobody's better than anyone else. We are all, and you know what? That reminds me. So, like, I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago I listened to your show. Like, I missed it because I was on that date or whatever. But
Oh yeah.
You had a few calls, and one of them was like from Frederick. Frederick, shout out. That night, he made a lot of sense. He was even talking about how like you can't prove somebody's a Christian, right? And
Okay.
he was even talking about how like Mike Pence says he's a Christian, and that's the reality of it. You can't make it about religion. You can't make it about, oh, I'm a Christian, so therefore I'm going to vote for this person, or that person's a Christian, so we should go by what they say. I think you're setting yourself up, and I feel like that is a system set up by the people who control things. They know that people are dumb, and they'll vote for somebody if they say they're a Christian.
Don't fall for that, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't fall.
Or somebody on the.
Don't fall for that. He's like, oh, you can't vote for it. You can't know. Frederick making you think it's about finding out if someone's a Christian or not is the Faustian is the confusion in the first place.
Faustian bargain.
Yeah, drop that initial framing, because that's the confusion. He's saying, oh, because you're saying he's so right. You can't know if someone's a Christian, but when you're voting for someone, don't think about that. That's not how you think.
Exactly.
You
shouldn't.
You don't think about, oh, is this guy Christian or not? No. Keep it real simple. Keep it real simple. Let's say you're voting for Attorney General. Is this person going to do their job correctly? And maybe maybe your stipulation is maybe doing their job asterisk means behaving in a Christian manner, or whatever that means to you. But keep it simple, right? Trying to figure out if someone's a Christian to vote for someone, it's like, dang, we're gonna have a hard time just having the regular process of America, which is already difficult to run, seemingly. We're gonna have a hard time running it just normally if we're worried about that.
Something he said though that was very powerful, that I thought was powerful, is he said that these people will say, "Oh, I'm a Christian," and they'll go to Jerusalem and they'll kiss a wall, and these Jewish people don't even believe in your Jesus. Think about that. I've been seeing videos on Twitter where there's like Christian missionaries going to Israel, and the Jewish people there will spit on them. Like there was one video I saw where
how do you
like
know
two
someone
women
doesn't love
mission.
Jesus for going and saying what? Would you say kissing that wall or whatever?
Well, what
how do
he
you know they
said
don't
from
love
that
Jesus if they kiss a wall in Israel?
What does kissing a wall have to do with loving Jesus?
What does kissing a wall in Israel have to do with not loving him?
What does that do with loving him though? They're going
No,
over
you're not
there
answering
to
my
pretend
question.
to love him.
You're not answering my question. How do you know someone who went to go kiss a wall in Israel that they don't love Jesus? How do you know that?
Because they're doing it for show. If you really love Jesus,
right,
you're not gonna go.
But everything's
You're
for
not
show.
gonna go kiss a wall in front of people to prove that you love Jesus. You don't have to
going
do that stuff
around-
if you really love Jesus.
Yeah, but even what you're doing right now is for show, saying, "Oh, I'm not gonna vote for someone because they're just because they say they're Christian." You're still worried about insignificant symbolic things, outer things. When I'm saying when I say the simple wisdom of just I'm just voting for someone so that I want them to do this job correctly. That means you're worried about the inner. You're not worried about the outer. Oh, this guy's calling himself Christian. He's saying this is Christian. That's the outer. Oh, okay. Well, how is he actually behaving, and how is he actually doing his job? Oh, well, that changes. Now I'm worried about the inner. Worried about real things, right?
I'm not pointing that out because I care about it. I'm pointing it out to show the hypocrisy of the people who care about that. So, for example, I'm going to vote for Trump, right? And Trump does all this nonsense. Trump, and I've said this before, is a Zionist. And I don't like that about him. I don't. And there's things that I don't like about Trump, but I'm going to vote for him not because of he pretends to be a Christian or that he's a Zionist. I vote for him because, I don't know, the guy says stuff. I listened to that interview he did with the chick on, I think it was Meet the Press or whatever it is. The dude's smart. And I listened to this one podcast where they interviewed Ann Coulter. Dude, she's pissed off at Trump for some reason. She's bitter. And she was hating on him. And she was calling a lot of stuff about the people who still vote for him. And I just think, like, I agree with her in the sense that there are people who believe that. I'm voting for Trump, and I support Trump because the establishment, the evil people, the swamp, the elites, whatever you want to call them, they're against him, which means he must be the good guy. And that's why I support him.
How do you know he's a Zionist? What does that mean?
Zionist means he supports Israel. That it means that he thinks the Jewish people are somehow superior to other people, and they're not.
You're saying Trump believes that, and how do you know that?
He moved the capital, or not the capital, the embassy.
This is what I mean, man.
Jerusalem.
this is what I mean, man. You're talking about. You called in talking about. Oh, doesn't you're what you're describing. You're making it. You're trying to make it sound like what you care about is the real thing, the inner. But
I don't care about
But you
that.
actually don't. You actually don't. What you're describing to me in this call is that you care about shallow things. Okay,
I don't care about it.
Let me demonstrate.
Because I'm going to still support the guy, though. That's what I'm saying.
And that's great.
I see that, and it doesn't turn me against him. I don't care that he does that stuff.
And that's
I'm
great,
still
but
for
you're
him 'cause
calling
he's
him a
the only
Zionist. And
choice.
this is very fascinating. This is actually very interesting.
You
Not
don't
so
think
much
he is?
because no, you're telling me you know that this man believes that Jewish people are superior. That's an interesting claim. How do you know this? And you're saying, and you're making vague callbacks to, I don't know, the Jerusalem embassy. I asked you, how do you know that someone who kissed the wall in Israel doesn't love Jesus? You're saying, what does that have to do? It's still very. Are you noticing in the midst of this conversation that you're not very clear in your judgments of others?
I'm not trying to say he doesn't love Jesus.
Or whatever, or your discernment of others. You can't explain to me how you arrived there.
He made love Jesus too much to a fault. He loves Jesus, and because Jesus is a Jew, he's going to allow these Jewish people to do what they want with our country. That's wrong.
How do you
It's
know
America first, period. Because what I've seen. And here's the interesting
And what
thing.
is it? Tell
I
me,
saw
like explain to me, because it's so far vague. Tell me how Trump is a Zionist, and you made quite a claim. Trump believes Jews are the superior race. Tell me how you know that.
I guess it's not fair for me to say I know that. I'm just going off what I've observed from what he's portrayed.
Okay, tell me what he's portrayed that's making him a Zionist.
Has Trump come to me and be like, hey, Zeus, I'm a Zionist? No, he hasn't. Of course, I don't talk to Trump.
Right. So
what I'm saying is I'm speaking up what I've seen, and any simple person can look at what they see and make conclusions from it.
Well, then name me one of these simple conclusions that me, a person who's maybe who hasn't realized your simple conclusions, make your very express to me one of your very simple conclusions.
It's not that you haven't realized it. Is that it's not that you haven't realized it. It's you don't want to, because
no.
You're
I'm
kind of
asking you
in
to,
that camp where you want to look at it where he doesn't do anything wrong.
No. I'm asking you.
You got to understand everybody.
No, I'm asking you a question.
Wrong.
It's a very simple question. I'm asking you. Explain to, because I haven't arrived to those simple conclusions that you're referring to, that are still a mystery. You haven't told me. So describe to me the simple conclusion that maybe, so that I may be able to arrive to the conclusion you made. So explain one to me, just one of your observations that tells you Trump is a Zionist.
So, I was listening to this podcast, PBD podcast, right? And they were interviewing Ann Coulter, and she was saying, I think we all have seen that interview where she's on Bill Maher, and they're like, who do you think's going to be the winner? And she said Trump. This is in 2015, 2016. She says Trump. It's one of those big moments. And I guess because of that, he drew her in and was like getting her advice. And she gave the insight of what she recommended to him, because the reason she went for him, because he was about building the wall and all the stuff he said. And then she recommended people he should get into his, cabinet, as far as like certain positions. And who did he put in that position? Jared Kushner, his son-in-law, who is what? We all know the answer. He's a Jewish person. And that's fine, I guess, right? But that's why she turned against him. Because if you hear this interview, she's super bitter, and I don't agree with her.
What do you call someone who believes Irish people are the superior race?
Does anybody really believe that, though?
But what do you call that person?
I would call that person non-existent.
Okay,
Nobody
whatever.
believes
Let's call them an Irish Zionist or whatever. Is Trump an Irishist for hiring Kayleigh McEnany as his White House press secretary?
Is she Irish?
So yeah.
I think he hired her because she's highly qualified and she's amazing.
But is Trump an Irish? Is Trump an Irishist or whatever? If you're following me, for hiring her.
If he had done it for not the right reasons, then he would be. But he didn't do it for the wrong reason. He did it because she proved that she's someone that's to be contended with. She had a track record.
So why is no, but don't go into all this other stuff. Why is Trump not an Irishist for hiring her, and why is he a Zionist for hiring a Jew?
So here's the thing: there's no track record in history where people pretend that the Irish people are the chosen people. There is track record
Doesn't
where
matter,
people
though.
pretend. There is track records where people pretend that the Jewish people are the chosen people. They are not.
But here's
You're
what
all
I'm
the
trying
same
to
in God's eyes.
demonstrate, Zeus. That these disjointed things may be true. These disjointed concepts may be true. One, that there is a track record of people saying Jewish people, blah blah blah. Okay, one. Two, that Trump hired a Jewish person. Three, that this.
Sure.
But
And
you're wholly unable to explain to me in a simple way the true connection there, because you've made a leap.
Like
because ultimately you've made a leap.
I've given you a good explanation, but you don't want to accept
haven't.
it. What would you like for me to say?
I want you to answer my question.
He
How do you know?
somebody in a
I want you to answer
position
my
that was
question.
not
How do you know
qualified.
he's a Zion? How do you know a person kissing a wall in Israel means they don't love Jesus? How do you know that?
I don't think that means he doesn't love Jesus.
But you were saying that, so you want to change that statement?
I think it means he loves Jesus too much.
What does that mean?
That means that Jesus isn't the end all be all. Jesus is not God. I'm sorry, Christians, he's not.
But you see
He's
how
just
that's a
some guy
different
who
statement than you
existed.
were saying earlier? That's a little bit different than what you were saying earlier. Earlier you were saying
Is it?
if you go and
How
kiss
is it
that wall,
different?
you hate Jesus.
I never said that.
That's what you said, though. You say you don't love Jesus.
No, I never said I don't love Jesus. I respect
No. You
I
said if
respect
you
his
go and
teaching.
kiss the wall that you don't love Jesus. That's what you said.
No, I said that these people go and kiss the wall.
They don't love Jesus.
Show off to the people who think they love Jesus, the so-called Christians in America who pretend to love Jesus. They go kiss this wall so they get their vote. They don't care about that wall. They're doing it to get the vote.
I'm loving this because this is not like a let me get Zeus. Okay, this is very fascinating because this has nothing to do with really what the facts that you're bringing here. I'm trying to demonstrate something here. There is a lack of logic here. You've made a leap, and I don't know if you see this. Okay, you've made a leap in between Christians kissing a wall and not loving Jesus. And okay, you're saying you didn't say that? I mean,
I'm saying that.
Do you see how you made
So
that
what
leap? I'm trying to demonstrate it because it's very, very interesting.
What I originally said is I respected Frederick for what he said, that these people will go kiss the wall to impress these Christians. And it has nothing to do with being a Christian. It's just to get their vote. People will say, I'm a Christian to get the vote of these Christian people, just like someone who's black will try to get the vote of a black person by being black. And that's an inherent fallacy. You shouldn't support someone because they kiss the wall. You shouldn't support somebody because their skin color is black. You shouldn't support someone because they're a female. You should support someone because of what they are going to do for our country. And this is why our country is doing so bad. This is why America America's dead.
Yet you're focused on outer.
America's dead.
This is what I really like this because you're saying, oh, we got to be worried about what they're really going to do. But then you're worried about false fake things like kissing a wall in Israel. It's all a symbolic
I'm not worried
thing.
About
we don't know
any of that.
You're not worried, but focused on that. You're saying, oh,
I'm pointing
you
it
gotta worry
out
about
so
what they're
maybe
really going to do,
somebody
what they're
will wake
really
up.
about. But then you're worried about surface, shallow things. Well, not worried, but focused on surface, shallow things like kissing a wall. Do you think like a let's just take a boomer. Let's just take like a Midwest boomer. Grew up.
Okay, boomer.
They grew up. They grew up. They grew up like Jesse, being told that it's a Judeo-Christian country. Christianity came from Judaism. They grew up like Jesse, right? They have a positive look to Jews, etc. Do you think that same boomer, given I don't know, they were just given a trip. They're like, oh wow, I get to go to Israel. I grew up loving Israel. I see it as the holy land or whatever, where Jesus came from. I'm a Christian. They go over there. They go on a trip. They kiss the wall. You think that boomer is a Zionist Jew shill? Or do you think they're just like most Christians in this country, especially of that age?
I would say it's a case-by-case study. If that person's saying,
come on, man,
that
you're being.
If that person,
oh, come on,
if
dude.
if that person is saying,
you
that
really
Jesus
think
is
a
God,
boomer? You really think a boomer who grew up just like, hey, Judeo-Christian country, yeah, right on. They go
It's not
kiss
a
a
Christian
wall.
country, though.
You see them do that. You think this person's a Jewish Zionist shill. That's what you think is more likely. You think that's come on, man. It's a
very
boomer.
likely.
That's how
when
most
you put it
Christians
like
are
that,
in this
it
country.
is very likely. It is very likely. And here's the thing, like, there's nothing wrong with the boomers, right? But you gotta understand, things are generational. It's all about how you're raised. If you're raised to believe a certain way, you're gonna believe that. Think about the way not our generation, but the current generation is raised to believe. They're raised to believe that there's not two genders, that you can change your sex, all this stuff. And they literally believe that. Is it true? No, it's not true. But they believe that because that's how they're raised. The
And you
boomers are the
believe,
same way.
but you also adopt random beliefs that are strange, and you can't logically explain to me how you got there.
What random belief do I adopt?
You literally think a man. You somehow are able to read a man's mind and heart, and you know that man who you never met believes that Jewish people are the superior race. So you don't get to criticize someone's strange beliefs. You know what I mean?
I think I do.
No, you do. We all do. I'm just playing around with you, but you know what I'm saying? Like I'm flipping it on you. You know what I'm saying? You know, I like doing that. But
you can flip it on me. I'm cool with that.
Thank you, sir.
But
And I appreciate you being a good sport. I love in this conversation. Thank you, sir.
Here's what I think about Trump, though.
Okay, hit me.
We all know that Trump wanted to run as, I don't know if it was a Democrat or liberal, but there was a point where he wanted to run as a Democrat, and it didn't work. And then he wanted to run independent, and it didn't work. And then he ran as a conservative. Who's to say, and I love Trump, don't get me wrong, who's to say he didn't just say that stuff?
But that's all speculation. You see what you're doing? You're just going into the devil's speculation. Talking about I'm a Christian, I can't go to jail, and you're believing thoughts.
I never said I was a Christian, I can't go to jail. I said I believe in
I'm
God
messing with you.
and God's will.
You know, I'm messing with you the way you introed this call. But you know what I'm saying? That
was funny though. You thought I was in jail though. You got to admit.
For a split second, I'm like, I mean, I have no reason to not believe you. I have no reason to not believe you. I
was saying that because I think one time I called and told you about my situation with not paying registration.
Yes.
I saw some of the chats people were all talking about me being in jail, and it's like, I'm only going to go to jail if God wills it. And if I do, then it is what it is. I don't care. Like, I'm chilling. But
I was just about to say that knowing you would be just fine if you were in jail.
I'm sitting pretty, bro.
You'd be fine.
I'm on the farm. Everybody's gone. They're at a horse show, and I'm just chilling here by myself, looking at the chickens and the goats.
Nice. Right on, Zeus.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Drinking a beer.
Zeus, man, it's a pleasure, man. Do you want to say something else? Go ahead.
I do. You were talking about, I think when I first tuned in, I haven't been listening much lately because I've been so busy with everything. You were talking about, I think, the Koreans and they can't afford houses or something. Because,
some young people feel that way over there in Korea.
Well, that's the thing. They've made it this way. The elites, the people in charge.
Do you know anything about that?
I know that, and I don't know what's going on in Korea, but I know what is going on in America, and they made it harder for people to afford things. Because think about it.
If you know anything about that, go ahead.
Well, here's the thing. Oliver Anthony, you remember that one song?
Yes.
That he sang? He said something about it being a tough world, living in like the modern age when you have like an old soul, old heart.
No.
The old way used to be work hard. Like Jesse said, work hard and you can get stuff, but that's not the way it is. You can work hard now and you ain't gonna get nothing because all the stuff that they've made it, you can't afford a house. You can barely afford rent. You can work 2 jobs and maybe you'll barely get by. And that's why the old way of thinking, like what Jesse says, it's not real anymore. Like that's not offered to people. And to believe that, you're setting yourself up to be kind of screwed over.
What?
Because the way
No, that's a setup.
Because you're not going to be able to.
Don't believe anything.
Working.
Don't believe anything. Just save up and then see what's possible. Instead of believing it's impossible or it is possible or not possible. Don't get into that.
You got to look at
what you're saying is
what's going on.
It seems like what you're saying is true, though. It feels like what you're saying is true.
Here's the thing. It goes back to what I was saying that one day when I'm not paying my registration. Forget them. Forget them.
You're driving dirty. I mean, in Minecraft.
But here's the thing. Why should I do that when they're not going to use that for anything good? They're going to use that and send it to Ukraine. Why should somebody pay their taxes when they're going to send it to Ukraine?
Because you don't want to go to jail.
Illegal immigrants. Is that the only reason you're doing it, though? So you're paying taxes to go to
quite
jail?
literally. Quite literally. When a rule is unjust, like when you, for example, let's talk, for example, property tax. You own a house, as difficult as it may be. If you own a house, you have to pay property tax. You don't, even if you paid it all off. Many of you already know this. If you don't pay the property tax, it gets taken from you at the end of barrel of a gun. Now, you may think the property tax is evil, okay? And you decide, well, I'm not going to pay it. Well, then guess what happens? You lose your house or you go to jail or something. And so you might think, well, so is the only reason I'm going to pay this so I don't go to jail or lose my house? Yeah, at that point, the answer becomes yes, that's the only reason.
And if you're that person, you're a beta. And here's what I got to say. Think about the Founding Fathers. The Founding Fathers stood up to England, irregardless of that stuff, right? They faced death. They faced all that, and what did they do? They stood up. And here's what I will point to. Have you ever seen the movie The Patriot with Mel Gibson?
I saw half of it. I gotta finish that.
Dude, it's an amazing movie.
I hear it's great. I saw it on a plane.
Dude, it's amazing. I was watching part of it, right? And essentially, they're bringing it up in like their little Congress, and they're like, "We need to build an army against them." And Mel Gibson's like, "Nope, I don't want war." Yada yada yada. He ignores it. What happens? The war comes to his house, and his son dies as a result. That is almost to what's happening now. Everyone's ignoring what's going on. They're paying their taxes. They're being little like sheep, and they're allowing these little immigrants to come in. They're giving them money, and guess what? It's going to come back on you. And in that movie, it's a fake movie. So in the end, he won, of course, right? But this is real life, and that may not happen that way. And all I'm saying is that if you really believed in God and you weren't worried, you wouldn't care about that stuff. You would stand up and do what's right, regardless of what the punishment is, right? If you're going to jail, trust God. God's going to take care of you. If you're going to get killed by these elites, these government, trust God, and He'll take care of you. But nobody does. Nobody does. Everyone says they're Christian, and I believe in Jesus, and they pay their taxes like chumps. And I'm just at this point, I've kind of realized that I don't know. I don't have respect for those people, and I think
do
they're all
you
jokes.
think paying your taxes or not, or in context to what you're saying, you know, because you want to follow your morality as opposed to an immoral law. Do you think that that tells you if someone's a Christian or not?
I think being a Christian is irrelevant. Being a son or a daughter of God is what matters.
Does that tell you if they're a son or daughter of God, if they act in that way or not?
It depends on how they do it. If they give up all outcome and trust God, then yeah, they are a son or daughter of God. If they're sitting there worried about what's going to happen, they're not, because they obviously don't have the faith. And here's what I'll go back to.
True.
So you remember the whole thing with the hurricane, right? And I had called you and all that stuff. So I had recently read, and I read the Bible once in a while, because the Bible is a good book. I don't believe it's the Word of God, but I read it sometimes because I like parts of it. And I was reading the part where Jesus calmed the storm. And essentially, he was on the boat, and he was asleep, and the storm came on the boat or whatever. The disciples woke him up. "Don't you care, Master? We're about to die." And he basically told them, "You guys don't have faith? Are you that scared?" And it really comes down to that same thing. You guys are all scared. You don't have faith that in the end God's going to take care of it for you. So you're sitting here paying taxes. You're sitting here being sheep. And that's what it comes down to. You're going to sit here and say, "I believe in Jesus," yet you won't even follow what the guy did. The guy did this. He was in a storm. He wasn't afraid because he trusted God. But same people who believe in Jesus will do the exact opposite. "Oh, I'm afraid, so I'm going to pay taxes, and these taxes are going to go to mutilating my children. They're going to go to bringing illegal immigrants in. They're going to go to Ukraine killing." And I've seen stuff on Twitter where, like, the stuff going on in the Ukraine and between Russia, and it's brutal, man. I've seen, like, they have drones that drop grenades, and I saw this one video where the drones were dropping just grenade after on the Ukrainians, and it was, in my opinion, it was disgusting. And to see that, and you think your taxes are going to that, and you're approving of it, like, and you call yourself a Christian, it's disgusting. And here's what I will say.
Zeus, because of time, do you ever get panic or fear or anger?
No, I don't.
Ever?
No, because whatever God's will is, it is. Like, if I'm going to die tomorrow, if right now the government's going to swat me right now and take me out, it is what it is. I trust God.
Right on, Zeus. Thank you for your call, sir.
I will
Much
say
appreciated.
this, one more quick thing, if you don't mind.
Real quick.
So, do you know what the law of consent is or no?
Sorry, what?
The law of consent. Do you know what that is?
No.
It's a term people who practice magic use, and people who practice dark magic, they use this. And essentially, so like Balenciaga, when they did that whole ad with the children in bondage, if you saw that ad and you bought their products, you're consenting to what they're doing. They're putting it in your face, and if you buy their stuff, you're consenting. It's the same thing what's going on with America. If you see what's going on at the border, you see what's going on in Ukraine, and you're paying your taxes, you're consenting.
Do you ever
to what's
consent
going
to
on.
the devil? Do you
No,
ever
I don't.
consent to evil? Never, ever. You never consent to evil?
Not lately. I have not. No.
Right on, Zeus.
I avoid it at all costs. But hey,
Right
Nick,
on.
it's always a pleasure to talk
It
to you,
really
sir.
is, man. Zeus, thank you for your call.
Give my regards to Hake.
Will do, sir. Call me again.
All right. Later, sir.
Nice. Fascinating.
Quit trying to hide them mugs.
I got a caller on the air. Your name and where you calling from, sir?
What's up, Nick? What you doing, Brody?
Hey, what's up, Art? We got Art, Ohio. How you doing, sir?
I'm all right. How you feeling? You all right?
All is well. Flying Spirit Airlines. No complaints, though.
Already. So check this out. First thing first. So when you know when you said the thing about the dude, the last caller, he was talking about the with the kiss in the wall and stuff like that.
Yes.
So the thing is with that is that it's worshiping false idols.
So kissing a wall is worshiping false idols?
Yeah, it ain't no different than you having having a cross on. That's basically, I think, ain't that when they kiss the wall, that's something that they do because they trying to honor their religion or something like that. If I'm not mistaken, that's what I thought it was.
So
I don't know why they.
Yeah, this is good. Fascinating. Okay, so kissing a wall is worshiping false idols.
I mean, whatever they do when they go there to Israel, when they doing that, that's basically what that's doing. That's a ritual basically. If everybody does that or have to do that when they go over there, they that's a ritual or something.
What about if someone? What about if someone like wears a cross or I guess like I don't know, prays to. Give me another example of worshiping false idols.
It could be. I mean, I'm thinking it would be something like, athletes, treating them like gods. Yeah, that stuff like that.
And hold on.
With the Muslim faith or whatnot, and they in Islam or whatever that's called is, what's it called? It's Islam or something. Is that word means to recite, and all they doing is reciting the Bible.
Totally.
And that's what Islam is or whatnot. But they pray to a cube, and somewhere in Mecca or something like that, they pray to a box, and that's a false idol.
So it seems like false idol means it's like making a false god, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
So
false worshiping false gods. Can you give me is there a way? Do you ever worship false gods?
Nah, not now. I mean, now that I know what's going on, I thought that back when I was a kid, I thought that the cross represented with something that was Christian belief or whatnot. But as I got older, I realized that you ain't supposed to do that. And I always heard.
Have you ever put the woman above you?
Yeah, without doing it.
Yeah, I totally understand.
Yeah, without knowing I was doing it.
Totally, 100%. And so in that case, you were worshiping a false idol.
Of course, yeah.
And you didn't have to go to a statue. You didn't have to go to a black box. You didn't have to go to a wall. That was happening inside of you.
Yeah.
Okay, so it seems like we've demonstrated that worshiping a false idol, worshiping false idols, is really an internal thing.
It's an eternal. It can be an eternal thing too, but you ain't supposed to. You're not supposed to do it though.
Is it possible then that you can outwardly kiss a wall, but inwardly be a true son of God?
I mean, from what I'm getting, how you saying it, if I just made it to my house or whatnot, I'm like, dang, it was a hard day at work, and I just kissed my wall.
No, you kissed the Wailing Wall. You kissed the wall in Israel.
Nah, you said.
Why not?
You said, is it a way to? So what are you saying when you saying inwardly and outwardly? Explain what you mean when you saying that. Like,
great question.
Is there a way to?
Because you described yourself putting the woman above you as a form of worshiping a false idol, making a false god out of a person.
But I didn't know it though.
Fair enough, you didn't know it. The point is that action, that itself is truly the worshiping of a false idol. The moment you notice it, you stop it, and you stop worshiping false idols internally. So you stop doing that. Now, does that mean that internal change might mean you don't want to go around kissing a wall or kneeling to a black box for the Muslims? Fine, but that doesn't mean that just because you do it, it means you're worshiping a false idol. The worshiping of false idols, where the rubber meets the road, but the point I'm trying to demonstrate here is where the rubber meets the road, it's internal. It's internal. And all the people, and I feel like people who are focusing on this and not seeing the point I'm demonstrating are proving themselves to be focused on shallow outward demonstrations of worshiping false idols. As you can see, as you yourself demonstrated, you can make a god out of anything, a woman. And if we follow that logic, you notice people make gods out of many things more than just people, much smaller things. Sometimes you can make a god out of a thought. You can make a god out of a way you behave. You see my point? My point is that's what I'm trying to describe, the difference between the internal and the outward. Worshiping a false idol is totally internal. Do you agree?
You saying you can make a god out of just thinking? I'm like, would you like? I mean,
yeah. For example, you have a thought. Let's say
if it's a,
I'll let you speak.
if it's an evil thought, or it's going against, if it's something that's a thought that's putting praise over making something another god, then in that thought, yeah, of course you can. A thought could be, you could be a thought that or whatnot could be worshiping.
Or even simpler, there's people who have thoughts. They tell themselves, "I'm shy. I'm a shy person," or "I can't do this because I'm this way." Those are worship. You're worshiping a false idol. You've made a false idol out of this character that's shy, and you get
shy.
Say it again.
That you said that you shy or what? Now that's not worship. That's just a.
But it is.
That's just a beta characteristic. That's just basically not having confidence in. That ain't worshiping. That's just a characteristic.
But it truly is.
Going to something that's physically in the form, like a rock, and a thought is two different things.
When you have a thought that tells you you're shy and you believe it, and that thought influences you to be this shy person, who's in control, the thought or you?
You said what influences you?
When you have a thought that tells you you're shy and you believe it, and that influences you the way you are, and it makes you shy, who's in control, the thought or you?
The thought.
And so the thought is a god.
No, the thought ain't a god.
But you're worshiping it. You're worshiping it like one.
No, it ain't.
Letting it influence you and control you like one, like a god.
I don't think that's not right. I'm not.
How am I wrong?
I mean, that's just a thought. Now it might not be the right thought. It might not be the right thought, but that's only a thought. That ain't a physical.
Exactly.
That ain't meaning that ain't you going to a box or a wall or something in the physical. Everybody's gonna have different little characteristics or whatnot, to where it's something as simple as they might be over aggressive to where they talk to everybody. Some people might be passive aggressive and nervous to where they don't want to talk to people. That's just how. That's why it says even in the Bible, God's the Alpha, Omega, and the whatever it says. It's just a characteristic. So that already lets you know that people are gonna have. Everybody ain't gonna be the same as a robot. Because we know what the Alpha, Omega, and a Beta is, or a Sigma is.
I see what you're saying, man, and thank you for that. I understand more where you're coming from. Let me hit you with a question. Let me hit you with another hypothetical. Let's say you get a person who's coming up to you, and he's jumping in the water, getting baptized. He's going to church, praying, saying, "I love Jesus." He's got a rosary in the hand. Can that person I just described, is it possible that person is, without your knowledge, worshiping the devil, a false idol?
A person can not know that they worshiping it, but that means that they're not in tune to the Bible.
Right. So their connection to God or religion is false. Even though they're saying they're a Christian, even though they're doing the baptism, even though let's say there's a Christian wall in America and they go and kiss that wall instead. can that person still be a false idol worshiper?
Yeah, for sure.
That is exactly what I'm describing. The inner versus the outer.
Yeah. I mean, that's crazy. You were saying I was trying to get to that, and you was talking, but no, you cool. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying I was really trying to say that too early, but you kept talking and whatnot. And I was trying to stick onto a point to where I ain't lose track of what you were saying. But nah, that's what I'm saying. Even with me, I was saying that I was worshiping a false idol because I was putting my girl on a pedestal or whatnot, and I didn't know it until I realized. I mean, I used to think that wearing a cross was cool when I was younger, and when people would say that's worshiping a false idol, I didn't understand it until I was looking and got into the Bible, and then I understood what they were saying. So I mean, everybody can do it without knowing, but when you do know it, that's where the problem comes in, because either you change it or you keep walking in the darkness. And then it was something. Yeah, and then it was something else the dude was saying or whatnot. You were saying that you were basically saying being a Christian or whatnot shouldn't be something that you think about when you're going to vote for a person. And I disagree with y'all on that, because that's the first thing that I'm looking to hear. You a Christian person, you believe in Christian Judeo beliefs. That's what America was founded on or whatnot. It says about working hard. It says about murder. It says about how you should treat your neighbor. It says about how you should clean your food. It says about when you should eat or whatnot. And there's reason for all of that or whatnot. And I go to say that is the problem is that you have too many of these politicians, and they get it from these pastors, to where these pastors, instead of them teaching out the book, they get on there and they tell, well, I see this lady and she's whipping with her head and I went out to the car and I started it up and it was a long night in a nice blue sky and it's like, where is this saying about all this stuff that you talk about in the Bible? What I'm saying is they too caught up on with their flesh to stand instead of teaching out the Bible or whatnot.
Totally. I do see what you're saying, and I'm with you on that one. Like, if I could be clear, go ahead.
And it's basically instead of them, and I don't understand how people go to a lot of these churches or whatnot, because they ain't telling me, they're not telling you what the Bible said. They're not trying to get understanding of what the Bible said. And they only trying to get understanding what they saying while they in the church and what they're coming up and coming out of their mouth and saying. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what the politicians are doing. They going out there saying, "Oh, I'm a Catholic," when I don't think that the Bible says anything about a Catholics in the Bible. You see what I'm saying?
I do see what you're saying, and I don't disagree with you there. If I could be clear in what I was saying, I would do the same thing, honestly, because I myself am one. I would look for that as well. What I was trying to say basically is that there's people who, how you could say you're a Christian and then it's another matter whether you truly are one.
And that's what I'm saying.
That's the part that's the part I'm saying we shouldn't trip about, because there's no way to truly know. And so if you start tripping about that, you turn. If I may just finish real quick, if you turn it into that, you end up, in my opinion, overcomplicating the voting process and all that to an impossible level, because you're literally saying, I need to know this person's heart to vote for them. Now, if they say they're a Christian and if they're saying they're a Christian, they're behaving like one, their policies like all that I'm looking at, let's say, right? But then it's another thing. It's another thing if their heart truly is Christian, and that's the part that I'm not going to concern myself with when voting. I'm going to just look at the facts. Their track record, etc., right? And then should they be a liar, it'll be clear, and then I won't vote for them. I'm being very general here, but if you understand what I'm saying here.
Nah, you're right. You on point. Go ahead. You're right.
Yeah, thank you. No, that's all.
Well, just like you saying, okay, and just like you saying, when you looking at their policies, and this is a prime example. Now, if you sending all the, you saying that we can't drill over here in America, let's shut down a pipeline in America, you clearly are against the Bible. Because it says that you're supposed to now don't word for word.
Subdue the earth.
Supposed to you know what I mean?
Be
fruitful. few fruitful and multiply. You supposed to plant your seed and watch it multiply in every season. It talks about the seasons and how these scriptures in the Bible, the people in the Bible, they would plant their seeds, and over in seasons they would multiply or whatnot. So if you taking all the jobs or whatnot out of America, that's a way that I know that you ain't a Christian. Now, if I'm going in and you talking at a rally and you like, oh, you should vote for me, and all the artists like, well, why should I vote for you? What do you think about marriage? I think that it's I'm asking the person who's running to be a president, I'm asking what they think about marriage. I'm expecting them to say only a dude and a girl can get married. Okay, that lets me know you're a Christian. What do you feel about what is something else that you can ask them to where it's supposed to line anything where it lines up against with the Bible? How do you feel about a woman leading and a man leading or whatnot?
Right.
Oh, I think that the woman should lead everything. Well, hold up, that ain't lining up with the Bible or whatnot.
Now those are the questions you want to ask them too, because you could be like, oh, this or that policy, but wait, hold on, what do you think about the order of God? It's like, there you go, let's get to some real questions.
Where do you get? Yeah.
Where do you stand? What's your position on man over woman, woman over children? Now we're getting to the nitty gritty.
Exactly. What do you? And anybody that's against capitalism, that should let you know that you against the Bible or whatnot, because communism and socialism is against the Bible, because it's taken from somebody else that went out there and planted their seed, and their seed was fruitful, and taken from them and given it to somebody that's lazy.
Big time, man. That's immoral from the get-go.
So
you can't when the starting point is wrong like that, you can't get right. Man, Art, go ahead. You wanted to say one more thing?
It was something else that I was really getting on. That was it, but it was something else that you were saying or whatnot.
You're welcome to comment. Yeah.
Oh shoot.
What were we talking about?
That's pretty much it for right now. I can't really think of. That's what I'm saying. That's really all it is or whatnot. People get worn out over the. What a lot of people need to do is, a lot of people think that, oh, I need to go to church and I should. No, you need to take the Bible while you at the crib, cut the TV off, and look at it by yourself. That's all it takes. I don't know everything about the Bible word for word or none of that. I just know certain things because I don't heard it numerous times to where I know that's what it says. I don't read it numerous times or whatnot. When I was in jail, that's where a lot of how I figured out and know a lot of stuff, because I read a lot. So when I hear some of these organization or a group saying certain things out the Bible, I know what they're saying is the truth or whatnot. But that's what a lot of people need to do whatnot, because it was something else somebody else was saying. The true love of God is following the commandments. If somebody's not saying that, when they saying what's God's love, oh, for me to be compassionate and to be nice to everybody, that ain't what it says in the Bible. The Bible says to get the love of the Father is to follow His commandments or whatnot. That's and you like, what you mean with the love of how you know you making it to heaven, and how you know you on Father God's good side is by following His commandments. And that's what I was gonna say too. Right. Dude was the last caller was saying is, and he was right about that. He was saying that if you don't have faith, then what did he say about if you don't have faith, that ain't of the Bible or something like that. And he was right or whatnot. I just don't agree with him about with the taxes or whatnot, because we in I think it says in the Bible you pay wrong with it.
Render unto Caesar what's his, right?
Render to basically saying we live by the lands of the law. Now, why would I go out here and do something that I know is gonna get me locked up, even if I know it's wrong? That ain't no different than the January 6th, the people that was out there firebombing, burning stuff, breaking in the windows, doing this stuff. Why would I go and do something that I know is against the law that's going to get me in jail? Why would I go out and not pay taxes? And he's right, it is going to Ukraine. It is going to supporting the border. But at this point, we don't have no choice unless you want everybody to be locked up.
Right.
If you just think that we just going to break the system and they just gonna be like, oh well, we can't lock up all the Americans or whatnot. Well, newsflash, you thinking they'll find a way to lock up everybody, but he is right, because that's one thing I had a problem with my grandmother or whatnot. With the vaccines and whatnot, she took it or whatnot. I think that's what what happened with her or whatnot.
Man.
And she ain't had faith. She didn't have faith or whatnot. And when you don't got faith, you get scared and you believe what the news says or whatnot, and you go get vaccine.
I understand.
And if you got faith, you know that you don't got nothing to worry about, that everything will be handled and taken care of by God in his order, what is written in the book. We can't change what's written in the book. It's already written out. But he is right about that. When you ain't got faith and you don't believe in that higher power, it will make you be like, oh, I'm gonna go kill my baby's mom because the course is against me and this is unfair, and you ain't got no faith. And that's what having no faith and not having no belief and believing in something will end up tricking. The devil will trick you into doing something when you don't have no faith, because the only faith you have is in man.
Dang, that's a really good point.
Yeah, but
that's a good point for all the patriots, all the conservatives, MAGA people. It's time. It is in your enemy's best strategy for you to overreact.
Yep. And I ain't saying just lay down. I ain't saying like
no. I know what you're saying.
Yeah, like
there's a time and place.
It's a time and a place, but I'm gonna go about it. The way of Caesar's land, the law of the land. I'm gonna try to make sure I get my policy passed the legal way or whatnot. Or that's what I'm. On that note, that's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna just Artie ain't gonna just tuck my tail and not get on the Nick show and bleed out what I think is the truth or what I know is factually the truth out the Bible. I'm gonna come on here and speak, the goodness, good out to everybody with not tuck my tail. So I'm not saying, be scared. It's a way. We went basically the JLP Hate Show and Nick Stream. We winning by having this platform, because we changing how everything is going by us talking right now.
Yeah,
it's bleeding out into
society. That's true. That's a good point. The honestly, the general conversation in people, I've just noticed, has changed. They say different things that were underground before. You got like your average person. You got 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎 out here posting pictures of Sam Hyde. This was a guy who was like alt-right, like banned person. You don't talk about him. He's a racist. Yeah. You got 𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒎, who's the most mainstream hip hop person, posting pictures of this Sam Hyde person. We're gonna get into some of this here, Art.
Well, go ahead.
Thank you for your call, sir.
Catch you later and tell them we still rolling with Trump.
Oh, yes. And call me again.
Shout out to Jim Jordan and Matt Gaetz.
Yes, we'll see if we can get a handle on the whole situation. Art, thank you for your call. Call me again.
Yeah.
Nice. Beautiful. All right, y'all, kick back, relax. Let me get something situated here. I believe I have a caller. Caller, your name and where are you calling from? Hey, caller, you're on the air. Name and where are you calling from?
Tedrick from Dallas.
What's up, Kedrick, Dallas? How you doing, sir? Thank you for calling.
Chilling. Yeah, I'll make it quick. I know you just had 2 long calls and everything,
no worries,
but
no worries.
yeah. So with the housing thing, I actually had some insight on that. I didn't heard anybody say much about it, but
I know your host is uninformed.
yeah. Well, so before I moved out here to Dallas, I had a condo and a mortgage out in Austin, and just to give you an idea of how steep it is to get into the housing market right now, I sold that condo and made like a $80,000 profit that I could have just thrown into the next down payment of a house.
Right.
But it's not always just so much about money, but there's regulations on lending for mortgages. So like I was looking at houses that were like $300,000 to $350,000 in Dallas. Throw down 80 grand, makes your monthly payment around 2,500 or so, which would be way less, but interest rates are so high right now because of the economy and stuff. But there's multiple reasons I couldn't get in once I came out here, regardless of how much money I had to put down. And it was like you have to show that you've worked at the same place for 2 years. So I sold a place in Austin, moved to Dallas, haven't been at my new job for 2 years.
Gotcha.
And then there's this other thing called debt to income ratio, where they won't lend it to you unless your total debt per month or your total monthly payments that you have to make debt-wise can only be like, I want to say like 35% of your total income, or maybe it was 40%. I forget the numbers, but so essentially, like even for just a mortgage of $2,500 a month, and say you have no car note and nothing else, you're looking at having to be able to make like $6 to $7 grand a month. And my wife doesn't work. I mean, we're not planning on it. We're going to start having kids and stuff soon, or we're going to try to. So
right.
She doesn't need to be working, but there's a lot of barriers to entry. It's not even so much like you can save the money, but then it's also like how much do you bring in a month also. So you kind of got to get your paper up, like your monthly income.
Gotcha. So you literally you have your standard there of your monthly payment is just high. The barrier is just so high. I saw a stat. It was a Fred. It was one of those Fred economic stats, and it was that the mortgage. What was it? It was like a median mortgage, and it was like 3 times renting. It's like with an economy like that, how are you surprised everyone's a renter?
Yeah, I think we're probably gonna have to rent ourselves, which I'm not solely against it, because instead of throwing all that money and getting it tied up into a mortgage, at least I'll have it sitting like in liquidity. That way, having first kids and stuff, if anything comes up.
Absolutely. I know
we're good.
That's right. You're good. And of course, putting that money towards equity in a mortgage is obviously what you'd want to do, but you got to be above water doing it. You can't ruin yourself doing it. So I understand.
Exactly. A lot of people get tied up in that.
They're getting tied up in these variable mortgages. Economy's changing, fast inflation. You got people who just a year or 2 ago bought a home they were over. Now they're underwater.
Oh yeah, even if they sold it, they would still owe the banks because it's crazy. I think not to be doom and gloom, because I do feel like I'm not like a doomer with that. It's like I do feel like I will get into a house eventually. Like
beautiful.
If I just stay working hard at my job, I think I'll get to the point where I'm making enough money and everything else. I'm not too worried about it. But one thing I will say for people who think like the barriers of entry will always be too high, I kind of keep up with the market and stuff. And one thing I do think that could be a white pill is when interest rates get as high as they are like now, typically what that causes to happen is because no one will buy houses at such a high interest rate while the prices are still inflated. So what happens is something's got to give. So if the rates keep going up, I think in order for realtors to be able to sell houses and for houses to be able to be sold, there's going to have to be like a crash in like property values to like equal it out, or rates will have to go down. And one of the two.
Right. And what you're saying sounds scary, but I mean, there's 2 things you've said that should be white pills for people. I know one is this crash, a looming crash. You might think, oh, that's evil, is horrible, but that's just what you're describing is the ebb and flow of life. Like life is going to continue. There will be your chance. Okay. But another thing is, you said you're married. You're here. You're married. You're saying, but you're saying I'm going to have kids. I'm ready. I'm going to do it. And you're not saying you're what's it called? You're accurately and eloquently describing the situation in the country, right? But I haven't heard you say, oh, and that's why I'm not having kids, and that's why I'm not doing this. You're like, well, I guess I'm going to be a renter, you said. I mean, I know it's horrible, the state that's the country's in. The fact that you, a married man, has to say, I'm going to have to be a renter. But at the same time, that's kind of awesome attitude, man. So thank you.
Well, you can rent houses too. And so at the end of the day, if the whole thing is like, I want to be in a house so I can raise my family in a house. Well, you can get a 3-year lease on a house. At the end of the day, you're still in a house.
Man, so thank you for your attitude.
That's the end goal.
Right on.
Yeah, if the end goal is being in a house, what difference does it make if you're...
And you're raising
obviously
your family.
Mortgage would be equity would be better. I get that, but like, you do what you got to do.
Thank you for that, man. That attitude I think is better than any stat or anything you said. So thank you for that.
Yeah, and like I said, for everybody out there, I do think the market will like go down, and there will be opportunities in the future. You know, like for example, boomers. Like people always talk about like, how are their mortgages so cheap? Like they could buy a house for $25,000. But if you look at what the interest rates were, like in the 50s and 60s, 70s, you're talking about like sometimes up to like 15%.
Wow.
No joke. So,
right, and there's people complaining about they're holding on onto all this wealth. And there's these communists, basically, you know, it's there's people who are saying that's what's turning all the young people into progressives. At least one thing. Hassan Piker, Cenk Uygur. Interesting thing we're going to get into here, man. Appreciate your call. Anything else you want to say before we move the wheels?
Yeah, no, I just wanted to come on real quick. I know you've been trying to get to your other segment.
No sweat. If there's something else you want to say, feel free to say.
Oh, I'm good. Keep wheels moving, bro.
Appreciate it, sir. Call me again.
All right, you have a good night.
Incredible. Interesting. Thank you for the insight there. Your host is uninformed about this a little bit, but I am informed in a different way, and I'm about to show you that, like Kedrick is even describing here, it's not the end-all be-all, as bad as the market may be. He's describing making profit off of a condo here. There's people making profit in the industry. So we're going to get into that. I am trying to nosedive the plane here. If you've noticed, the plane is moving a little funny. Your drink is maybe on the floor. And you're a little wondering, this is a little bit more than turbulence. That's because that is because, ladies and gentlemen, I am currently nosediving the plane into the ground. But calm down. All of this is planned. All of this is planned as we need to bleed off about 25,000 feet right now. And I see we're getting a call. I will get to you, caller. Hold on. Like I said, we pretty much, no need to panic, but we need to, bleed off like about 25,000 feet in a matter of minutes here. So we are currently nosediving. And we're blessed. So thank you. Hold on. I'll be right with you. Hold on, caller. I'll be right with you. No, Menace, I got distracted with the calls in the show, okay? Sometimes we got to nosedive. Sometimes we just have to nosedive, okay? Nick hasn't even gotten better at being a pilot, says Mena. Okay, that might be a fair comment. All right, we're on track, ladies and gentlemen. You can sit back and relax, Ladies, the flight attendants are coming down with complimentary drinkies and snackies for that. Little bit of a maneuver we did there, okay? Oh no, we're climbing. The computer keeps trying to climb. Why is it doing that? Hold on, y'all. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. It's strange. I'm flying like a new system. As you can see, it's all looking really nice, but I can't seem to make it fly like I used to. It's, as you can see, I'm not on the flight path. I'm just sort of following it. And I'm telling the plane to descend to 18,000, but it keeps trying to climb. So I'm kind of fighting the computer here. It's a little bit of a mess. I really don't need this. I have a plane full of people here. 81 olives for Frederick. Quick! This might be a 5G glitch. The computer's trying to save us. That might be true, Carver. It's fighting us because it's trying to save us. Anyways, we seem to be flying great now. Wow, I have a call. Let me get to the call. Your name and where are you calling from?
Are you talking to me? Who? Karen Williams?
I'm talking to Karen Williams. What's up, Karen? How you doing?
Oh, my God. What's up, Nick? I was talking to you the whole time. I didn't know if you were talking to me or
Karen,
not.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I had you on hold. My apologies. How you doing?
I was talking this whole time. I'm like, Nick, are you talking to me? Hello? Hello?
No.
Are you talking to me? Who are you talking to?
My apologies, Karen. How you doing?
And you're talking about you crashing and everything. I'm like, oh, God. And I don't know if you're talking to me. I'm scared.
No. We're fine now. We're fine now. How's everything going, Karen?
I'm good, Nick. I called you last week, the week before last week, and you be ignoring me like you my boyfriend or something.
No.
I don't understand.
Why do boyfriends ignore you?
Yes. I'm like, what's wrong with you? I thought you was my boyfriend or something. I don't know. Listen to me. I do it to Hake. How you doing, Nick?
No complaints here, Karen. We're flying Spirit Airlines, but no complaints. We should be landing in Atlanta, Georgia shortly. But
Thank
all
God
is well.
you're
The
not
show's
on
going well.
Frontier.
Calls are great, and I'm blessed. What can I say?
I'm happy you're blessed. I've been listening to your show with the callers and everything, and great show, great topics, great conversation.
Thank you so much.
And I'm learning a lot because I'm listening to grown men, and I appreciate it. Please tell Jesse and Hake that I appreciate their shows. And please tell Hassan to stop wearing that pink jacket.
Hassan is a unique personality. I wouldn't dare ask him to change.
No, tell me. I'm gonna send him a coat. I'm gonna send him a
maybe not a pink one, right? Maybe not a
not
pink
a
one.
pink
Right?
one. You're gonna get off of that. Who gave him that jacket?
He bought it.
He better cut it out. No, but I clicked in today. I'm like, oh my God, Hassan with that pink jacket on again. I'm gonna call this man and tell him, hey.
Yeah, you should
cut
tell
it
him.
out.
You should call him and tell him.
I'm going to.
Nice.
As soon as I find the time. Well, when he's on and Hake is on and JLP is on, and I can't call in because I'm at work with this crazy stuff. I wish I could talk to you more about that.
What's going on there?
It's very interesting. If I could tell you the job that I have, I can't tell you right over the phone right now. But
I understand.
And I could tell you the experiences that I'm going through. It relates to a lot of the talk that you have about immigration and the public assistance, welfare, government system, and criminal system, the blackness, the immigration.
Yes.
Everything. I can't talk about it on
I understand.
I can't call in and just say things that I know I want to say to you and JLP is and Hake and everybody, it's
I
just
understand.
like
It's best you don't get in trouble. Do you get along
yes,
with everybody at work?
I'm gonna keep my job. Yeah, sure, because of me. Because of me.
Oh, nice.
And,
So you're
yeah.
you're the mediator.
Not the mediator, but you know, I've learned a lot. I've learned a
Right
lot
on.
to be a decent human being and to just have gratitude.
Nice.
And I see that there's a lot of people out there that don't have it. There's a lot of people out there who will never get it. And I really feel sorry for those people. And some of these people richer than me, living better off than me, and it's just like I don't understand it. Like, how are you better off than I am? And I'm thinking, feeling, saying, and doing better than you are, but you just have more than I do.
Right. It's
just
literally what we've been
ridiculous.
talking
It's
about
so
today.
Stupid.
That's what we've been talking about
Exactly.
today. It's like the inner versus the outer. Like you could say you're a priest, but then you go and I don't know, molest children or something, right? It's like, are you really a priest? Are you really a nice person? But people out here pretending. Nice, Karen.
Exactly. What is really in your heart? Well, how are you really thinking? How are you really speaking to life, into your life, into other people's life? What are the words that are coming out of your mind? What are the words that are coming out of your heart? What are the words that are coming out of your mouth? How are you acting through your life right now? How are you carrying yourself? And if you don't see it for yourself, how are you ever going to get it? You're never going to get it. You got to see it for yourself. You got to think it. And don't think. I agree with with Jesse. Don't think it. You do it. You live by your heart. And it's not living by the word of the Bible. It's living by what's in your heart.
That's a good point, Karen.
Yes. When you do that, it's so much easier to grasp the whole concept of all aspects of life. And I'm not trying to sound smart like I got those words
No,
from
you're making
college.
sense.
But it's like if you have a heart and you know how you want to just, you know what you've been through and you know what you need to get through and you know how to get through things because you have a heart, you do it. It happens. It comes through. And there's nothing wrong with believing in dreams. And there's nothing wrong with helping someone else say, hey, you know what, you got it wrong. Let me show you. And if you're not willing to learn, you're on your own. Just like they say, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
So true, Karen. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm so happy you answered my call. Thank you for taking my call. A caller earlier you were speaking to said something about, oh my God, I don't want to go into too much.
No worries.
A caller said earlier about, hey, Art, I listened to your call.
Nice.
But it's like you got to understand that if there's a difference between all type of species, life, love, there's different loves. And
What do you mean by
gotta
that?
love your different loves.
Yes.
There's different loves where I can love my son in a way. I can't love my husband in that same way. But I have to love the both of them.
Right.
And it should be in me to naturally love the both of them in those separate ways.
I understand what you're saying. But there's a love that you have for both of them.
Yes. Love is love. But it's in different ways. But it has to be love. If it's not love, it's nothing.
That's for sure. That's for sure, Karen. Karen, I need to send you a picture of me so you can put me on your nightstand.
What type of picture?
Just a regular, just like a headshot. Just like a regular headshot.
A headshot of your eyes and everything. I love that too. That's naked.
Right on, Karen. Well, Karen, I'm
Send
going to
me
move the
those
wheels
naked
here.
eyes. You take a picture of your naked eyes. You send it to me. You got my cell phone number. You send it to me. Text it to me. And I love naked eyes.
You mean just eyes?
Yeah, your eyes. They're
Right.
naked. Send it to me.
Right on, Karen. Well, thank you for your call. I'm gonna move the wheels.
Listen, Nick, one before you hang up.
All right.
I apologize for asking you to take your shirt off. I think
No problem. Apology accepted,
other
Karen. Thank you
people
for that.
didn't like that or whatever. I'm sorry, especially Hake.
No
because
problem.
I
No.
never asked Hake to take his shirt off.
It's no offense taken, Karen. Thank you for your apology and thank you for your
I
call.
apologize.
No
You know,
worries.
I am a decent
We love Karen.
female.
We love
I'm
Karen,
a decent
right?
woman. I met a freaking Italian guy like 2 weeks ago. He's calling me Blaren. Black Karen, Blaren. I'm like, no, it's just Black Karen. He's
These
like,
Italian
no,
guys, they think they're funny. The Italian guys, they're funny. They think they're funny.
I love him.
Right on, Karen. All right, well, we're gonna get ready for
Yeah.
this landing here, Karen. I appreciate your call. Call me again.
Can you do me a favor? One last thing. Do me a
Sure.
favor. Don't hang up on me like
Okay.
my boyfriends do. All my boyfriends hang up on me. Like, cut it out. Stop hanging up on me, boyfriend. Listen, give Jesse and Hake a hug for me, and give Hassan a hug for me, and you give yourself a hug.
Nice.
And y'all be good, okay?
We'll do.
Heaven
We'll
love
do.
us.
Thank
Heaven
you
love
so much,
us
Karen.
all. Have a blessed night. Bye.
You too. Take care.
Happy Columbus Day. Bye.
Hey, right on. Wait, Columbus Day? When's Columbus Day? October 9th. Columbus Day. Thank you, Karen. Columbus Day, huh? October 9th. This Monday is Columbus Day. Right on, y'all. Y'all know who Doja Cat is? Amala Ratna Zandile Dlamini. Amazing name there. Doja Cat, American rapper, singer, songwriter, born and raised in Los Angeles. Got famous on the internet using SoundCloud. Doja Cat. Pretty much a mainstream just hit maker now, I guess. She's a little strange, into the demonic look. Okay. She's into that demonic look. And she gets a kick out of doing this thing that girls do sometimes, especially when they have some fame and they're you know, hot or whatever. They purposely make themselves look strange, shaving their heads, just doing strange things to make themselves like ugly. Doja Cat in the news a little bit online and on the Twitters for a recent post she put out. Breaking: Doja Cat wearing a Sam Hyde shirt. Here she is wearing that famous image of Sam Hyde. Sam Hyde. Now who's Sam Hyde? Samuel Whitcomb Hyde, American comedian, boxer, co-founder of sketch comedy group $1 Million Extreme. You might know him. All, allegations of being associated with the alt-right. Wigger, he goes by Wigger on Twitter, banned, canceled online. $1 Million Extreme. It was an Adult Swim show. It was their big break, but they got canceled, they say, because of their alt-right Trump sensibilities. Sam Hyde. None of these are pictures of Sam Hyde. My bad. This is Sam Hyde. Doja Cat wearing the famous picture of Sam Hyde with a gun. You may have seen this image. Anytime there's a story of a school shooter or a shooter of some sort, a mass shooter, invariably you'll see the memers post images of this person, this individual with a gun, and they'll say, pictures of the shooter were released, and then they'll plaster this. And they've even tricked the mainstream media a couple of times to share this image, thinking that they got the image of the shooter. The media doesn't care about reporting things well. They just want to get the scoop. So they too have been pranked by the droves of online alt-righters and people into posting this picture. Images of Sam Hyde used to falsely identify gunmen of various mass shootings since 2015, as you can see here. Doja Cat, this basically mainstream person, wearing this Sam Hyde shirt. You got people in her Instagram comments saying, who's the guy on her shirt? Based? She's about to red pill a whole bunch of people here wearing that shirt. And so it's quite fascinating because she's got quite the audience. And Sam Hyde is more on the red pill side of things. Red pill people about, I don't know, demographics, politics, all the things you're not allowed to talk about. So it's interesting, somewhat interesting what's going on here. It's all rather suspicious, says Kelito. But anyways, Doja Cat's got the Sam Hyde on. Oh, crap. Hold on. We're in the cockpit real quick. TCAS just initiated, meaning we're getting close to our landing. Okay. I'm telling you about Doja Cat, though, for a reason, and Sam Hyde. Because we were talking about, housing, these Koreans unable to get housing, and etc. And the changes that's happened in the country and all that. And this kind of fits a little bit. On this topic, check out Scuffed Realtor. Scuffed Realtor. One of these guys who works with Sam Hyde, he does a show, I believe, every Tuesday, Thursday. And they review houses. They answer questions. This is a man who's been in the industry for many years. Nick Rochefort.
4 million.
And
91.
Honestly, if you're interested in getting into the industry, check him out. Check his stream out. There is this whole, you can't make money in real estate. Not true. Not true. They're making it happen. These guys make it happen. So there's a problem with the money system, everything that's going on, but there's there's moves you can make still, even in this situation we're in. So check them out, Scuffed Realtor. But anyways, you know, there's other people who are also wondering the same thing. Hasan Piker. This is Hasan Piker and Cenk Uygur. You may know them. Cenk Uygur on the right here. He started the Young Turks. Cenk Uygur, American commentator. He started the Young Turks, which is they're like basically leftists. Leftists, liberals, progressives is really the word to give them. The Young Turks network. You know, pretty successful network too, to be able to get a radio network of progressive voices. Cenk Uygur is kind of a legend in his industry. I believe Hasan Piker on the left here, who's also very successful in his own right. Twitch streamer, political commentator, also really off the deep end leftist. Not so far deep end like his, I believe, uncle on the right here, Cenk Uygur. Hasan Piker is pretty much like a communist guy. And he also commands a very large audience, very successful. And he recently brought Cenk Uygur, his uncle, I believe, on his program, Hasan's program. And they spoke about a number of things here. It was quite a fascinating interview in that you have an older progressive here on the right. And you have a younger progressive leftist communist. And this older Cenk Uygur is actually checking Hasan Piker on a number of things here. Here's one fascinating moment where Cenk Uygur is actually checking Hasan Piker on this topic of crime. And we're seeing all these videos of looting, people running into stores, people letting out cash, bail being done away with, criminals on the streets. You're seeing people defending themselves, being thrown in jail. One comes to mind, that guy in the subway who put it in the chokehold, that guy. And then on the other case, you're seeing people in the streets being stabbed by deranged people. Yes, this individual I'm talking about should have walked the other way, but it's happening. Crime is happening. Anyways, here we have an older progressive checking the younger communist on this topic. It's quite a fascinating exchange here. Cenk Uygur, Hasan Piker, let's watch.
It's not recidivism. You're just talking past reality. You guys are going hold on. You guys are going into stores. Guys are harassing people on the streets, etc. And they're walking, brother. They're walking. And that's why they're coming back and doing it again and again and again. If you say that's not happening, you're arguing against reality. And that's exactly what I'm saying here. Us, that's not reality. That's not the reality that I live in. Crazy, man.
No. Saddens me to see you go along with mainstream media narratives that are inherently reactionary.
Haas, you're not living in reality. But if you think a general voter watches this and thinks that they would vote for you, you're totally detached from reality.
It's not recidivism.
You're just talking past reality. You guys are...
It's a fascinating exchange, really, because if you know who we're talking about here, Cenk Uygur is like, just is a total progressive, Trump hater, wants to redistribute wealth. Like, you know, he's a radical in many ways. You could say that, but you could see here the decency of just older folk and common sense coming through here. We got to appreciate Cenk Uygur here checking Hasan Piker. Hasan literally sitting here pretty much saying, yeah, all those footage that we're watching, yeah, that's mainstream narratives. That's mainstream media narratives. Brother, they're walking out. Brother, they're literally walking out.
Etc. And they're walking, brother. They're walking,
brother.
And that's why they're coming back and doing it again and again and again. If you say that's not happening, you're arguing against reality.
And reality. And so we got to appreciate it. But it's a fascinating exchange because, like I was saying, this is the progressive logical conclusion here on the left, Hasan Piker. If anything, Cenk created this. We're getting indications from the plane that something's happening here. We are. Oh no. We almost hit the ground. Wow, we are really close to the ground here. Wow. Okay. Where's my autopilot? What is going on? Where's all my lights? As you can see here, we've lost complete control. As you can see, we've lost complete control. I do not see the runway. I have no lights, apparently. All my console lights are gone. I cannot see my autopilot where it is. Autopilot altitude increment. That's not what I'm looking for. Where are the lights on this thing? Engage autopilot. Okay, but it's trying to toss me into the ground. This is not good. This is really not good. We're going to have to land on this highway. This indiscriminate highway. I don't even know where we are. This was just getting good, right? Let's just land on this highway and finish this segment here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, hold on. We are landing. We are currently emergency landing, apparently, in an indiscriminate highway or road in Georgia. Please make sure you make the proper. Please make sure you make the proper arrangements to travel to your destination, as we are in the middle of God knows where. Thank you for flying Spirit Airlines, honestly. I did turn off the autopilot 15 minutes ago to do a suicidal nosedive, but I turned it back on. Whew. So it's, let me just do this real quick, ladies and gentlemen. Local time is 10:35 p.m. We do appreciate you flying Spirit Airlines. Make sure you check the overhead compartments before opening it, as they very likely have completely just changed position in this emergency landing. As you can see, emergency crew are arriving. They will be taking you to your destination and dealing with any injuries. Thank you for flying Spirit Airlines. We do hope you fly with us again. I don't know if you will, but we honestly, sincerely hope you fly with us again. Make sure you make your proper, whatever proper things you got to do to. We're probably not too far from the airport, so, you know, get your Ubers and all that. Thank you for flying Spirit Airlines. What happened? We crashed? Yeah, man, we crashed. Look, I was doing the show, and then I ended up hitting the ground. I had the autopilot going and everything. Everything was going well from what I thought. And then now we're on the ground. But we're not too far from Hartsfield International. Make sure you order your Ubers and make your way to your destination. We were really in the middle of this report. I was telling you about Cenk and this change in and this progressive smackdown. This uncle smacking down Hassan Piker. Really, really awesome. And you got to love it. So I really showed you the clip I wanted to show you, and I demonstrated that. We'll leave this for another day. Hassan Piker, progressives, and why everything sucks. Why everything sucks. We're going to get into it maybe this weekend, maybe on Monday. Hope you enjoyed today's flight. That was today. That was Nick's stream. Hope you enjoyed it. What can I say, y'all? That's the show. I really enjoyed today's calls. We really spent time on the calls. This story with the progressives, Cenk, Hassan, we'll get into it. We'll leave it for another day. Folks, like, subscribe, drop that subscribe on the stream, and follow the notification bell so that you don't miss it next time we do something like this or another show, American Anchor Baby, and all that. Cenk red pilling himself. I mean, I showed you the video I wanted to show you. Interesting, fascinating moment. Awesome, y'all. Lands on whichever runway he chooses, usually. We were going to land on runway 9 left. But, hey, this highway, whatever, this street works just as well. Very Atlanta, very Spirit. Makes perfect sense. Well done. All right, y'all. I appreciate it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the show. That's it, y'all. Horrible flight. Thank you, Lucas. All right, y'all. Enjoy Atlanta. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
It is difficult to to be judged, that to be reviewed. As a teenager, I remember one casting director who later became a producer. I was in the middle of doing a reading for her, and she stopped me and she said, "Listen, you are not pretty enough to be an actress."
I've got holes in different area codes. Area codes. Holes in different area codes. Area codes.
Now you thought I was just 770 and 404? I'm worldwide, bitch. Act like y'all know it's the abominable hoe man. Globetrot International Postman, neighbor dick dope man. 718s, 202s. I send small cities and states IOUs. 901, matter of fact 305. I'll jump off the G4. We can meet outside. So control your hormones and keep your drawers on till I close the door and I'm jumping your bones. 312s, 313s. 215s, 803. I'll read your horoscope and eat some hors d'oeuvres. 10 on pump 1, these hoes is self-serve. 757 410s, my cell phone just overloads.
I've got holes. I've got holes in different area codes. Area codes. Holes in different area codes. Area codes.
Now every day is a holiday, so stop the violence and put the fofo away. Skeet you the whole today. 504-972-713. What you gon' do? You checking out the scene, I'm checking a hoe tonight with perpendicular vehicular homicide. 314-201. Too much green, too much fun. I Bangkok and Bangkok. Can't stop, I turn and hit the same spot. Think not, I'm the thriller in Manila, slong in Hong Kong. Pimp 'em like Bishop, Magic, Don Juan. Man, after Henny with a Coke and a smile, I just pick up the motherfucking phone and dial. I got my condoms in a big ass sack. I'm slanging this dick like a new jack. Is it 'cause they like me?